This episode of Watch with Wayne is brought to you by the Storm Area 51 Fun Run. Remember, they can't catch all of us. Here's Watch with Wayne.
How you guys doing tonight? Oh man, what a night, what a night. Let me get this chat up and running here because I can't see. I usually have the chat up and running. Why is this thing not working? Usually it pops up on its own. That's what she says. No. Let me see if I close it and start it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Perfect. There we go. We're up and running. We're up and running. All right. I hope it's up and running anyways, at the very least. So I'm losing my voice. Furry, how you doing? Tree Dweller, how you doing? Nice to see you here. All right. Let me just get this up here. That's that. There. Let me see. Nope. Save. Yep. There we go. All right. Oh, here. Oh, okay. There's the chat. There's all you beautiful people. Just Peachy. Woohoo. From California. 62. How you doing? TTT Live. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Furry. Marissa. How you doing? All right. All right. Everybody over on, okay, so I just want to say quick thank you to everybody that's over on Twitch. Thank you very much for being there, supporting me on that channel, or on that platform. Everybody that's over on YouTube Live, thank you guys very much for being there as well. Man, I love you guys. Every single night, I look forward to being here with each and every one of you. I got the Discord up and running at the same time here, guys. So if there's a link or anything else that you guys want to send me, go ahead, join the Discord so that you guys can send me links, or you can reach me at watchwhatwayne@hotmail.com. Send me your links and stuff like that if you want to show me stuff and you want me to put it up on the screen as well. Am I the only one here? I think, no, I don't think you are. 62 is there. A lot of people are there. Now I'm losing my voice a little bit, and it's, you know, I had a little bit, not yelling or anything like that, just I don't even know. I think it might be just the whiskey. I think the whiskey's making me lose my voice. So it is what it is. Whiskey voice it is. Coffee pot has a hole in it. Yeah, I bet it does. So listen, guys. It's been a crazy week. From getting kicked off on my internet, from getting penalized by YouTube, by getting hacked by trollers and trolls and stuff like that. It's been non-stop craziness. So even my PayPal was hacked. They are literally coming at me 2 ways to Sunday. It's absolutely ridiculous. So it's just non-stop, relentless. But I'm being told by some professionals at YouTube and at Twitch, because I reach out to both of them, that this kind of stuff usually only lasts for a little while, and then it kind of tapers off after a bit, because they kind of get sick and tired of reporting and doing all this stuff and everything else, and they want to break the creator before they actually break the everything else. So it is what it is. What do we got over there? Hey, CW20, how you doing? Nice. So it's been a crazy day, a couple days, guys. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. Protests are still kicking off like crazy. I'm not sure what these baby lalas are fucking whining and crying about, to be honest with you. I'll put it up on the screen here for 2 seconds. Okay, you see it there? Yeah, there it is. You see, that's about as much airtime I want to give these guys. for their crying. Okay, here we'll just. Oh, okay, there it is. It's gone. You see, right there, in and out. Did you see it? All right. Well, let's put it over here. So, baby Lala number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so there you are. Here, hold on. Let me just give you a little taste of what it's like. Now, I'm not sure if she's saying we're here, we're bending over, and we're taking a shit. It's something along those lines. I'm not sure. Or she's saying we're taking over this shit. But it's something along those lines. Pretty much both the same thing. Shit is shit. It's coming out whether it's their mouth or it's their ass. It's all the same. Full throttle. Hey, how you doing, buddy? How you, Lori? There you go. We're lit. We're lit. We're still sucking on our mamas. We're lit. We're lit. We're sucking on our mamas. That's right. That's the new chant for these little misfits that you're not supposed to feed after 11 or water. By the way, this is what happens if you don't put your kids to bed early and stop, being like a little baby Lala. That's what happens right there. You see that? That's a bunch of kids that have pretty much everything that. I bet you if you were to ask one of these kids, I bet you if you asked anybody, you pick 10 people right there. Boom. You got your 10 people? All right. So you take those 10 people. You say, hey, 10 people, you come over here right now. I'm going to give you $100 to do a survey. And you take these 10 people and you say, okay, 10 people. Raise your hand if you've got a criminal record. And I guarantee you all of them go like this. Or at least 9 out of 10. 10 people. Have you been abused in your life? And every single one of them will put their hand up like this. Now here's the trick question. Have you ever been abused in your life? They're going to be like, people just don't understand me. I don't know how to start a lawnmower. I don't know how to clean up my room or clean up after myself. People should just have to do that for me. This is these kids these days, right? They literally have no sense of getting out there and actually working for half their shit. Now, I don't know why my fucking computer keeps doing that, but it is what it is. Like, look at. You're just going to go out there and draw pictures on the wall like a good look. I'm just going to draw pictures and express myself. And if that don't work, if I can't be myself, then I'm going to be somebody else. I'm just going to be somebody else. If I can't be the man I was raised to be, then I'm going to be the woman my mother always wanted me to be. Or vice versa. Oh, I know, I can hear it right now. Wayne, you're so insensitive to the people that are going through a hard time. Newsflash, the world's going to shit. Hard time is my middle name. So suck it up, princess. So entitled. Yes, they are. Little baby lalas. Look at this shit. Look at. You want to see what the face of repression is? Here, I'll show you what repression and reparations should be paid to. Look, right there. I haven't seen so many people marching since Terry Fox. I haven't seen so many people on the street since Terry Fox fucking did his hop along thing. And that was a good man. Oh shit. I can just see the emails tonight. Oh, Wayne going all mad. He's so ignorant. He's so rude. Oh man, how long can millennials cry for? Let's check. Yeah, they're still going after a year and a half. Damn crackers. Them so salty. I'll give $20 right now if you can get me a 15-year-old, 16 or no, fuck it. If you can give me an 18-year-old or under that could start a lawnmower, put it on video, okay? And no cheating. No fucking telling these guys, this is how you do it, okay? Do it. Are you ready? Okay, just like I showed you, go. Beep. No cheating. You tell your kids right now to go start the lawnmower, and either they have to do the dishes for a week or cut the grass for one day, and you watch what happens. Wayne, you can be rude. I let you. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy says I can be rude. My kid count? No, your kid don't count. Fuck. Your fucking Seven's kids are like superheroes, for fuck's sake. Fucking seven. Your shit don't count. Fuck. Your shit's all fucking remote car start. Fucking. You got a fucking lawn tractor. You can. This is Seven starting his lawn tractor. Honey, start the lawn tractor. I just changed the batteries. Go ahead. I got it, Dad. Beep. Boom. That's Seven starting the lawn tractor right now. Little fucking turbo boost and everything on that fucking thing. Anyways, lots of shit going on. Man, on a serious note though, what the fuck is going on with Canada? Like, we're literally finding kids everywhere. Everywhere. And come on. The Canadian government can't sit there and be like, oh, it wasn't us. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. It's just the church. We'll just blame the church. Justin Trudeau sitting there with his fucking blackface on going, hey, Pope, you better say sorry. How about fucking not? How about the government of Canada turn around and say sorry and do something other than canceling fucking Canada Day to make it a fucking Memorial Day for these kids? Why don't you fucking get off your ass and go give these fucking these families the fucking the reparation they deserve? You know, not the cry asses that are on the street. Oh shit, sorry, hit the wrong button there. Yeah, but I think you get the point. Guns at riots, yeah, we don't have that. I remember using self-propelled mowers, no gas, electric, anything. Oh fuck, you know those ones, the ones you push, the faster you push, the faster the blade got, and had those big wheels on the end, and it just spit up everything up in the air. It was like, yeah, those were fucking cool, man. Those were cool. They still make those. They still make those things. Things were cool. And if the grass got too long, you got stuck. I know, my fucking parents were rude. They're like, get out there and chop that shit. We don't need no gas. There's enough in you. We fed you. Get out there. Fuck. It was awesome. Absolutely amazing. So look at, what did I just see there? Trudeau's hanging out. Yeah, well, here's the thing. They, Trudeau and Biden, okay, after they're done circle jerking each other, I'm sure that they'll get some things done. First, they said they didn't come to an agreement with the borders opening up. Now I'm hearing that this Wednesday, they're going to start opening up the border for non-essential travel, but only to people that have been vaccinated. Listen, I just want to say it very clearly, okay? You want to get vaccinated? You get vaccinated, okay? It's your life. You want to throw it away? You want to do whatever you want to do? Then you do it, okay? I'm not judging you. Fuck, man. I encourage people to go get vaccinated. Go do it. You want to get vaccinated? It lets me know in a year or two if it's safe. The more you do it, the more I get to know if it's safe or not for me and my family. So please, if you want to be that person, go out as a hero. I got you. You fucking sacrifice yourself for the good. Okay? You do that shit. But no, seriously, you want to get vaccinated, you get vaccinated. Let me know how it turns out. I know some people that have got the vaccine and fucking absolutely fine. I know some people that have got the vaccine. Oh, here, I got to tell you guys something. I know somebody that got the vaccine that the fucking magnet shit works. I hate to say it. Now, I don't know if it's because of the fucking, the vaccine, or if it's just because they're fucking nuthead. But literally, I know somebody that got the vaccine and a magnet sticks to them everywhere they were. We dried that motherfucking thing off his back. The only thing we didn't test was his butthole and his nutsack. That's tomorrow. But no, seriously, like spoons and shit like that, all stuck to him everywhere. I think it's just a fluke. Just saying. I have no idea, but yeah, I'm not even kidding you. Might, you know, it might stick to his nuts. He got balls of steel to go get that shit done to him. Hey, but whatever, it is what it is, right? CDC says it's safe to do it. It's got to be safe, guys. CDC and the fucking government, they'll never lie to you. Never. Why would they lie to you? You know they got your best interests at heart. It is what it is. All right, let's check out this shit right here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, no, not much. Let me see.
Yeah, there's a south side vegetation.
Oh, south side agitation. I will say one thing that I thought was a little weird. I was watching some of the, the orange guy fucking speeches and stuff like that. I thought it was, I thought it was a little weird that he was never showing up in person. It was all seemed to be like pre-recorded stuff, like on a big screen. Really, really weird to me. It was really weird to me. That was the only thing that kind of set me off with one of the stuff was that, the big, now that's one of two things. One, he's either dead, and all these conspiracy theories that are all online, and all these guys are like, oh, Trump is cloned. It's not Trump that was speaking because his pants were fucking wrinkly and blah, 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 blah. Okay, get over that, okay? People have wrinkly pants, even fucking rich people. But seriously, I thought that was a little weird that all this stuff was pre-recorded. But hey, it's in the 21st century, right? Everything's fucking pre-recorded and live now. So who knows? I have no idea. I just thought it was a little weird. What we got there? TTT. Hey, is that not criminal damage to the public's foot? Yeah. I guess it would be. A new Antichrist is coming. My nutsack is wrinkly, says hairy ass. Wow, nutsack. Get some ice cubes. Take the wrinkles right out. So this is like a premium lager. This is Land Shark. It's not to be confused with Sharknado, which is one of the stupidest movies I've ever seen in my life, but yet still had me watch fucking 5 different shows, or 5 different movies of it. Sharknado 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stupidest movies I ever fucking watched in my life, but I ended up watching 1, which made me fucking want to watch the rest of them to see how dumb they are, but I still fucking watched them all. So thank you, Sharknado, for giving me something completely fucking retarded to watch, and yet take my money. Sharknado 6. Don't even get me started there, JB. JB's like, did you watch Sharknado? Like, seriously? That's the most fucking, I can't even insult shit anymore. I can't say that shit's fucking retarded because you're going to have somebody in the audience that's going to be like, hey, you talking about my kid? Or, hey, you talking about my husband? Like, you can't say retarded anymore. Retarded is like saying the N-word. You can't say retarded anymore. You can't say, oh man, that's fucking shit's gay. You can't say that anymore because people just be like, what'd you just say? You just insult me? You weren't talking about me? Were you talking about my boyfriend? Yeah, that's right. Just people get too butthurt now these days to even say anything. So it's like you just got to turn around and be like, hey, that shit's stupid. That shit's poopy face. Yeah, that's right. That shit's poopy face. You gotta bring yourself down to like fucking 3-year-old grades before you can even insult anybody anymore because everybody takes everything to fucking heart. All right, let's get into some videos here because I'm done fucking talking. I'm losing my voice. And I'm sure you guys are done listening to me. What is this? A manscaping night on Watch with Wayne? Michael Hart, you'd fucking wish it was. You'd love to see me shave my nuts, pervert. All right, let's get into this. Pervert. Okay, let's get into this right here. friggin' protests are just taking up the screens. All right. Ready? Are you ready? Wrong person. Here.
For the first quarter of the year. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Alan Campbell.
And I'm Amira David. The new data shows more than 200 people who are fully vaccinated still contracted the virus.
No shit! If we only knew this was gonna happen, what could we ever have done? You're fully vaccinated and people are catching COVID-19 still. Oh, wait a minute. It's because it's a fucking coronavirus. That's right. Idiots. YouTube, yes. The virus is real and the vaccine's safe, but it still doesn't mean that it's effective against all the shit that's going on. Disclosure, done. All right, let's get back into it.
And 3 of them died.
7 Action News reporter Darren Cunningham spoke with a doctor who put the numbers into perspective and says the vaccine is still effective.
Listen, for all the money that this motherfucker makes, you think he could comb his hair at least straight? I'm just saying. Like, what is it with all these guys? They just got to put their fucking hair off to the left or off to the fucking right or right, like down like this. Or like, could you just not comb that shit straight? Or do they do that shit on purpose? Look at that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too sensitive. Oh, that's right. I just found out I'm a millennium. I was born in 1981. I'm still considered a millennial. So I can fucking bitch and then be entitled all I want.
We're talking about 246 cases the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services says are under further review. MDHHS spokesperson Lynn Sutphin says the department has identified, quote, 246 fully vaccinated individuals who have contracted COVID-19 in Michigan. These are individuals who have had a positive test 14 or more days after the last dose in the vaccine series, end quote. However, the department says some people may ultimately be removed from the list, quote, due to continuing to test positive from a recent infection prior to being fully vaccinated.
Oh, so let me get this straight. If you've already had COVID-19 and you've got the vaccine, you're still going to test positive. So there's no point of you even testing again because you're just going to keep testing positive. So you know what? We can't figure this shit out. So let's just move it along. Is it the vaccine? Is it the COVID-19? We don't know exactly. So just move it along. We don't know. Just put it on. Next. I got a headache. What's wrong with me? I don't. Next. That's all they do. That seems to be the thing that these fucking scientists seem to be doing these days. Again, not saying it's not safe to take the vaccine, or it is safe to take the vaccine. Just a lot of coincidences are fucking happening lately. It's amazing. It's amazing. If somebody only knew this shit was going to happen. Like the world.
End quote. These cases were found between January 1st and March 31st. Sadly, 3 people over the age of 65 passed away. Someone contracting the virus despite being vaccinated is called a breakthrough. These numbers are relatively extremely low, according to Dr. Matthew Sims, an infectious disease specialist at Beaumont Health.
Oh, a specialist other than Fauci said it was exactly low, so I guess it's okay. But if somebody else says it's not, then it's not okay. Interesting.
It sounds like a lot of people. 246 people.
246 people. But isn't at the beginning of this pandemic they literally turned around and said, hey, if one person dies, if just one person dies, it's too much. But now we're up to 246 people. And I guess that's acceptable because that's a very low count. Not too sure about that.
But when you think about the fact that in Michigan so far, based on Michigan's COVID dashboard for vaccinations, 1.8 million people roughly have gotten fully vaccinated.
1.8 million people. got fully vaccinated. Absolutely amazing. Do you know what else happens? Listen, if you're not fully vaccinated, you can hit that thumbs up button. Hit it now. We only got 96 people in the chat. Come on, guys. You don't want to catch COVID, you got to hit the thumbs up button. We're out here doing super spreader events. Get at it. I'm losing my fucking voice. Do you hear that? I sound like a 12-year-old boy that nuts just fell. Fucking my voice is like cutting in and out. Please, guys, hit the button.
So that means that
Sugar Free has just donated $3 through Super Chat.
Well, thank you very much there, Sugar Free. I appreciate that. Hey, guys, I appreciate every single one of you, like your donations, all the stuff. YouTube now has been cutting my views down to dog shit. So literally, they are not paying me fuck all. So, if you like what I'm doing and stuff like that, I appreciate the super chats and the PayPals and all that shit. It keeps all the bills paid, keeps me going. So just so you guys know, never in my life have I ever asked anybody ever to donate or anything like that. Never will, never have. But that's YouTube is being a poopy face and literally cutting everybody's everybody that's talking about the shit that I'm talking about. They're literally saying, "Oh, well, you only got 400 views." Meanwhile, we've had 1,000 views in the night. So absolutely dog shit there, YouTube. Fuck YouTube. Yeah, I said it. Fuck YouTube. All right, let's get back into this video.
percentage of people fully vaccinated who have broken through is 0.01%.
Dr. Sims says it's important to consider a person's pre-existing conditions. The state, like Sims, also notes,
Lori says, we love YouTube. I don't. Fuck YouTube.
quote, the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are considered 95% and 94% effective, respectively, which means that while it is significantly less likely, it is still possible to contract the virus after being vaccinated, end quote. But Dr. Sims says,
we're nowhere near 5% failure rate right now, or breakthrough rate. It still, everybody should be getting the vaccine. It works and it's safe.
because of the continued possibility of transmission and possible infection, the state says that's why it's so important to continue following CDC protocols, including wearing a mask.
So listen, if the CDC is saying that you can continue to keep getting the virus and transmitting the virus, why would they encourage to take off the mask? These are the questions that I ask. Why would they do that? Why would the CDC turn around and say, hey, it's safe to do this when you're turning everybody into asymptomatic people? It just makes no sense to me. But whatever. I'm not the CDC. They make the rules, not us. That's what I think. BS. Wayne loves YouTube so much. He has 2 channels at the same time. And yes, I thumbs up both. Wait a minute. Am I streaming on both of them? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got the Wayne. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, it's only because you crybabies won't move over to Twitch. Yeah, like, oh, we don't want to change the platform to Twitch. We love YouTube. We hate YouTube, but we love YouTube. I don't care. I love you guys either way. As long as you're here with me every night, that's all that matters to me.
And social distancing even after receiving the vaccine. In downtown Detroit, Darren Cunningham, 7 Action.
They did that a bit better. You like that? That's my voiceover. Let's twitch it up. There you go. Twitch it up. No, there you go. Nice. Go to bed. G says go to bed. Why would I go to bed? Because I'm in a good mood. Oh, G's saying well, chat's moving too fast. Wayne, TTT Live. Hey, how you doing? Oh, G's saying go to bed. I can't keep up with the chat. Chat's moving up way too fast. Between Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, I can't keep up. All right. Anyways. Next. What is this? Grab another beer? I'm not drinking beer. Smart ass. I'm not drinking any beer. Where do you see beer? Oh, this like land shark lager thing that I've been sipping for like the last hour, like a.
Are you waiting to travel across the border?
I have one beer. People think that because I'm in a good mood, I'm drunk. Hey, these guys, my ex. Wayne's drunk. He's having fun. Fuck him. All right, here we go.
Border again, you might be able to do just that really soon. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Swan with Narcity Canada, and here's what you need to know. On March 21st, 2020, the border between Canada and the United States was closed. Throughout the pandemic, the closure was extended 14 times. However, this streak might just end in June. Niagara Falls Mayor Jim Diodati gave a little bit of insight into the federal government's plans for the border reopening. While not set in stone, the Canadian government does see June 22nd as a potential opening date. Canada's Public Safety Minister Bill Blair is the one who delivered this information during a virtual meeting with Diodati. When asked about Diodati's comments, Trudeau said that there is no confirmed date yet. However, he did mention that the easing of restrictions will focus on fully vaccinated Canadians. Already fully vaccinated Canadians returning to the country don't have to undergo the 2-week mandatory hotel quarantine. And as the situation in the Great White North improves, so does our relationship with our southern neighbors. On June 9th, the United States dropped Canada down to a level 3 threat level.
My voice sounds like what? The voice sounds like 3. The voice sounds like a dozen beers. My voice sounds like a dozen beers.
While not level 1, it is a step in the right direction for both countries to be able to reopen the border to each other again. To stay up to date on what's happening in your city, visit narcity.com.
Holy smokes. I didn't even watch that video. I was too busy watching the chat. Take the down pass, it's around. Take the down pass, it's around. Picture of big man. Yeah, hi all, aka Christian. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just too drunk to read the chat right now. It's taking me a couple minutes, according to everybody. So I just gotta like watch the chat here for a second. All right, enough of that shit. What else we got here going on? The border to Canada could reopen. Now, they're saying could reopen. I don't know if it has reopened or it hasn't. I know as of 22 hours ago, they said there was no deal, but then I heard some people saying that as early as Wednesday they could be open. So I don't know. I don't know. Jay Jones says new show Wasted with Wayne. The one night I'm not actually drunk, you guys are fucking busting my balls about having a fucking beer. Holy smokes! What are you guys, a bunch of fucking AA freaks? Okay, here. Hi, my name is Wayne, and I'm an alcoholic. Okay, can we get past it now? Can we move on? Thank you.
Frog tape is the only painter's tape treated with patented ink block technology.
Frog tape.
Giving you the sharpest lines possible.
Well, after being closed for more than a year, the Ambassador Bridge is getting closer to reopening. The Canadian government says some restrictions for fully vaccinated people could be lifted within the coming weeks. 7 Action News reporter Alan Campbell spoke with a man whose family lives in Canada and says it would be great to give them a hug again.
The U.S.-Canadian border has been closed since March 2020. Now, after more than a year, things could start getting back to normal.
A huge wave of relief. It's long overdue.
We first talked to Derek Cookson in April. He told us his story of how he would communicate with his family on the other side of the border using his camera.
I was focused on all the technical aspects of it, and then it dawned on me that it was a beautiful moment.
The U.S.-Canadian border has been closed to non-essential travel for more than a year. The problem is Canada is far behind when it comes to vaccinations. Only 9% of eligible Canadians are fully vaccinated. However, 63% of Canadians have had at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine.
Obviously, case counts, presence of variants, hospitalizations, all these things factor into the expert analysis.
We're working closely with the Canadians to see if we can make sure that the ability of our citizens to go to and fro is sustained.
Cookson says with some restrictions potentially being lifted within the coming weeks, it would be nice to hug his family again.
A year plus of not being able to see your family makes you appreciate them more. And, every bit of me just looks forward to the time I can show up, even if it's without even telling them, just to walk and give my mom a hug.
Wow. Clearly these guys haven't served in the military.
U.S. and Canadian chambers of commerce are encouraging both governments to now allow fully vaccinated people to cross the border starting on June 22nd. That's one day after the current closure is set to expire. For 7 Action News, I'm Alan Campbell.
All right, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Trudeau wig looks cheap. Place your bets, place your bets. Drink, sir, ? Vodka. Martina shaken and stirred. Nice. Yeah, my voice. I'm losing my voice. It's not my fault. It's my radio voice. What can I say? Yeah, I got it right here. Give me a sec. Hold on, I'm getting it.
Which is, we're calling it the B3W. The point is that what's happening is that, and so but here's the deal. The ability to, and so the bottom line is, of the entire, look, that consistent with the interest of
Joe is way drunker than Wayne. JB, I'm not drunk. Lay off. Jeez. Why you always think I'm drunk? I have my pants on. I'm fully dressed. What's your problem there, JB? Junior Bacon. That's JB Junior Bacon. Lori, someone's jealous of me? Yeah, probably.
Today, Canada making its first step in relaxing border restrictions.
But if you think that means you can make a run for the border anytime soon, you're going to want to think again. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Hannah Bueller explains.
It's what's being considered the first step to opening the U.S.-Canada.
Yeah. Getting drunk, right, JB?
border.
We'll take a phased approach towards adjusting current border measures.
But if you think it means you can once again cross the border freely, even if you're fully vaccinated, think again.
Yeah, because being fully vaccinated and open borders would not give any kind of false pretense to people that would be like, hey, I want to go to the States because I'm fully vaccinated and the borders are open. But no, that's not what it means.
The only thing that changed Wednesday is that come sometime in July, fully vaccinated Canadian citizens or eligible foreign nationals can now re-enter Canada without having to quarantine for 14 days in a government-authorized hotel. Instead, they'll just have to quarantine until they get a negative COVID-19 test result upon arriving in Canada. But the land border is still closed to all non-essential travel. The CBSA says U.S. citizens without a right of entry to Canada or who do not meet an exemption attempting to visit Canada for an optional reason will be turned away at the border even if they are vaccinated.
This is unacceptable. It's a terrible disservice to the American people. It's a terrible disservice to the Canadian people as well.
Congressman Brian Higgins, who has been pushing for the border reopening, says this announcement provided zero information at all.
Raise an expectation when you make an announcement. If you're going to make an announcement, you got to say something.
Families who have been separated for 15 months, like Sandy Pierce, say this announcement doesn't go far enough.
Families need to be able to see each other. That's the most important thing in anybody's life. Families are essential.
The issue is in Canada, a lot of us don't have both doses.
Dr. David Edward Uipoon is the founder of Faces of Advocacy, a Canadian organization dedicated to the safe reunification of binational families under COVID-19 restrictions.
Binational families? Like, listen, the fucking LGBTQ community has ruined anything that sounds like bi, national, colorful, rainbow, pretty, anything like that. Like, automatically my brain goes, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
He talks about today's vague announcement.
But for those who are desperately trying to reunite with
Whoa. Jay Jones. Only I get to say YouTube sucks. You don't get to say it. I'm gonna watch your roll, buddy. You get timed out real quick saying that shit. Only I get to say YouTube sucks ass. Jay Jones? Oh, Jay Jones is just here to cause disturbance. Domestic disturbance. It's alright, Jay Jones. I got you.
a loved one, for those trying to come in and support local Canadian businesses, for those of you who have been waiting to come back into a country that you love. We have no answers for you.
President Joe Biden and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau are expected to meet at the G7 summit this weekend and speak about this issue. In Buffalo, Hannah Bueller, 7 Eyewitness News.
Shit. Full Throttle, how you doing? It's Full Throttle again. Man, it's the second time I got to see Full Throttle because the chat's moving so fast between all the other ones. $1,000 if you can swim. G says $1,000 if you can swim. Bro, I can outswim you any day of the week. How's that? I can outswim you with at least 50 to 80 pounds on my back. How's that? I don't care how big, strong you are. Still outswim you. And any person you're trying to smuggle across the border. There's Jay and Jay Jones. I think those two are teaming up. Those two are like circle jerking each other. Like, hey, let's pick on Wayne today. Wayne, you're drunk. You're this. You're that. These guys are just jealous. They're just jealous. That's all they are. Oh, shit, I got something in my shoe. So, I got something in my fucking shoe. Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, I know what that is. Never mind. All right, let's get going. PG-13 here, folks. PG-13. Almost let that one out of the bag, eh? All right, let's get into the next video here. Boom. Full Throttle. Your foot? No, it was something. It was sliding in the back down my leg into my foot. Anyways, we won't go there. Something I want to try to forget.
At Onlia, the safer you are, the more you can save on insurance.
Yeah, don't breathe. I'm offending people. No shit, eh? Did I not give everybody a warning? Tonight's stream was going to be offensive. PG-13. Did I not give that warning out to anybody? If I didn't give that warning, oopsie. Alright. Let's get into some of this new shit that's going on around here. Well, we got 87 people, 78 people, 78 thumbs up. Pretty good. Pretty good. Why do I have... Oh, shit. I literally have... Oh, there. That's the fuck up I made right there. I made a boo-boo. I literally am streaming live on Wayne Live as well. Oh, there. Ah, shit. There it is. Yeah. I'm literally streaming to both. Okay. Maybe I'm drunk. Maybe I may believe. But literally I'm streaming to like Wayne Live as well. So now I'm streaming to both of them. That's what's going on. I see. That's some fucked up shit right there. How many people I got? Oh, fuck, I got enough people watching over there too, eh? Wow. Okay, so I guess we're running 3 streams tonight. Got the 24-hour feed. We got the YouTube Watch with Wayne Live. We got D Live, Twitch, Twitter, and I think that's about it. Streaming while intoxicated. Harry asked Truman, why the fuck is everybody calling me intoxicated? These guys a bunch of cops? I'm a whistle. I'll let you finish the sentence. Man, I literally. And like, the one night I'm actually not intoxicated, just feeling like not feeling good, but just feeling good without the alcohol, having a fucking simple drink, and you guys are like, he's fucking drunk, man. 3rd time's a charm? Damn straight. Alright, whatever. I did not know. Now I understand what you were talking about. Now I understand. Now, oh. Of course, YouTube just dropped me down. All right, well at least I know now what I'm what is going on there. Oh, well we are at the top of the list. How's that? Woo! Thank you, YouTube. Yeah, everybody's like picking on me. Cynthia. Everybody's like, Wayne drinking a fucking beer. Sorry, it's not a Tim Hortons cup. Here, hold on. So, guys, today on the news, be hydrated, take care of yourself, and all that other shit. All right, let's get out of that shit there for a bit. Let's get into this. All right, let's focus. Lori, I love beer. Beer makes the pain go away. Okay? It makes the pain go away. Makes me numb inside so I don't have to feel it anymore. All the hate. All the ridicule. Alright, whatever. Let's get past. I'm over it. Let's get past it. Yeah, it's pick on Wayne night tonight. Stop picking on me. Hey, hit that thumbs up button. You want to pick on me? Hit that thumbs up button. You want to really pick on me? Become a member. Don't hold your piss. Those feelings go away. Hey, G, you better watch your mouth. You little G-spot. All right, here, let's get into this. What is this?
And Europe's leaders, as we begin tonight, Joe Biden's disastrous first trip abroad, now entering week 2.
Oh, there's our little Fifi man right there in Canada. You see that? There's little Justin Trudeau. Oh, he's a cute little fella. Look at him. And then right behind him, he's got the Nazis of all Nazis, Hitler's daughter. And over to his left, you got the queen, the eating baby queen. And right behind him, you got Joe, the sniffing hair pedophile Biden. Fucking great little crowd of fucking people right there, eh? Look at that. Look at that little crowd of people. That's such a fucking... That's no wonder they call it the world's elite. It's the world's fucking disgrace. Angela will have your head. Angela will have your head? But yeah, she can have it. It's in my pants. She can have it when I take a piss. All related to, yeah, a bunch of fucking inbreds. Alright. Okay, sorry. I should not said that, okay? I'm not trying to fucking be rude towards people that are inbred or anything like that. Hey, if your sister's attractive or your brother's attractive or father or mom or whatever the case may be, listen, that's your business, okay? Sorry if I insulted you. Just wanted to put that out there because I said a bunch of inbreds, and I just wanted to let you guys know the ones that think your brother, sister, mother, uncles, or whatever is attractive, that's your business, all right? Keep that shit up, weirdos. All right, anyways.
And Europe's leaders, they are elated. Under Biden, there's no tough love.
Under Biden's no tough love. Can anything even get under Biden without him falling on it? Anyways.
There's no America first. There's no accountability. There are no difficult conversations. No.
What the fuck? EJ's like, stop talking about the elites. Why? Am I hurting your feelings? Don't talk about my family like that.
Negotiations, America last policies. As Joe keeps saying, America's back. America Last is back. America paying the bills for the world, that's back. And President Sippy Cup just wants everyone to go along and get along. And as a result, the world is once again taking advantage of Biden's tremendous, clear weakness and utter stupidity. Remember, it wasn't that long ago, President Trump, yeah, he went to NATO, he took charge, and he stood up for you, the American people, and he made them uncomfortable, and they had to pay their fair share. Take a look.
I have been very, very direct with...
I just want to quickly point out that this has definitely got to be a clone. Because Donald Trump, despite what people would say, having a wrinkled pants or wrinkled jacket, look at this guy. Look at his hair. His hair is literally messy. A multi-millionaire does not have messy hair. Sorry, I'm just trying to sound like the rest of the YouTubers out there. It's got to be a clone. Guys, focus here. This has got to be a clone. This is not Donald Trump speaking. Donald Trump's coming back in August. Is he not? Is he not? Yeah. This isn't him. Look at his hair. He's a multi-millionaire. He can afford for people to have his fucking hair brushed for him. And of course, yes, we miss Donald Trump. It's either Donald Trump or fucking Sleepy Joe the pedophile. not an easy. I know it's a hard choice for some people, but for others, it's pretty clean cut. Just saying. Not like his hair.
Secretary Stoltenberg and members of the alliance in saying that NATO members must.
What did Jesus say? 2500 says, trust the plan. Yeah, what's the plan? To watch the fucking country get taken away from you guys without you guys even putting up a fight? Might as well just come to Canada, because that's what we did. Didn't work out for us. It's not going to work out for you.
Must finally contribute their fair share and meet their financial obligations.
No, now NATO alliance members, now they're helping make Vladimir Putin and Russia rich again, doing billion-dollar energy deals, well, thanks to Joe's waiver for Vladimir. As a result, President Trump's tough rhetoric and actions, our NATO allies, they had to step up. They ended up contributing a lot more. New trade deals were brokered with the UK.
I tried to pause it there, guys, so you guys could literally see there, right here, look. There's a mug shot of all, well, okay, minus the guy in the middle with the red tie, okay? Pretty much all the rest. Yep. Yeah, let me see here. Hold on. No. Yeah, okay, I would pretty much say Donald Trump is pretty much the only one here that should not does not deserve to be in jail. Yeah, I said it.
Contributing a lot more. New trade deals were brokered with the UK and EU, free and fair trade. Trump withdrew from the insane Paris climate accords that does nothing to hold China and India accountable because they're classified in the Paris Accords as developing countries. Now, all while sending your tax dollars abroad and making you pay for pretty much all of it, some kind of global penance for our evil polluting ways when we reduce more greenhouse gases than any country on earth. Unsurprisingly, the climate-obsessed socialists of Europe, they don't want to pay their fair share. They much prefer Joe Biden, who cares more about their approval than the well-being of you, the American people. But to be honest, it's not clear that Joe Biden still, frankly, possesses the strength, the energy, and the ability to even know what the word tough means. Joe Biden once referring to Putin
I did not pass out
as a killer, but now ahead of his meeting with Russia's hostile president, the tough talk nowhere to be found. He even publicly agreed to consider a prisoner exchange, something immediately his handlers had to backtrack on. And today, Joey couldn't seem to find the word.
I might have just pissed myself. Nope, I'm good.
To say anything at all about Vladimir. Take a look.
Vladimir Putin laughed at the suggestion that you had called him a killer. Is that still your belief, sir, that he is a killer?
To answer the first question, I'm laughing too. They actually, well, look, I mean, he has made clear that
he's waiting for instructions to come through the head. They're like, give us 1 second, sir. We're looking it up right now, and we'll be patching it through to you in 2 seconds.
the answer is, I believe he has in the past essentially acknowledged that he was, there are certain things that he would do or did do.
Good answer, sir. Good answer. Keep them going. We're looking up more information right now. Just give us a second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Confirm. Say what you got to say.
For those of you in the media mob that get angry when I call him Sippy Cup, that's exactly why I call him Sippy Cup. He needs his warm milky, night-night, nappy time, warm milky, sippy cup time.
Wait a minute. I hold on a second. Is night-night, nappy time, and warm sippy cup, that's not a good thing? Holy fuck, I've been doing life all wrong.
It is humiliating. Russia is responsible for 2 major cyber attacks against our country in recent weeks, Joe. It's, it is supplying America's enemies like Iran with weapons technology and funding so they can fight a proxy war worldwide on terror against the #1 state sponsor of terror. Their aggressive actions in the Middle East, around the world, are endangering American soldiers. But Joe Biden is at the loss for words. I'm sitting there, I'm going, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1. Come on, Joey, you can do it. Make no mistake, Russia is a hostile regime. Putin is a hostile actor. Yes, Joey, he's a killer and he's a thug. And Sippy Cup, well, he doesn't even have the strength, the mental fortitude to ever hold him accountable for anything. This meeting is going to be a disaster. How weak, Putin will see firsthand how weak Joe is. And what we've all been witnessing that the media mob protects Joe from, we know he's a mere shell of the man he was even 5 years ago. Make no mistake, Putin loves a weak America and a weak American president. And, of course, there won't be a joint presser with Putin following the summit. Oh, can't put Joey in that position. Whatever Biden says about Putin after the meeting, they wrote that before they ever went on this trip. I guarantee you it's already been written. Joe is afraid. His staff is afraid. They are worried that what Joe says in private, he would never say in public, and he'll just give us talking point lies after they meet alone, because he's afraid to say it in front of Putin, in front of the world. They're worried Putin will upstage him, because he will, and make him look bad, because he will. And they're worried that Biden will be humiliated yet again on the global stage, as if this weekend wasn't embarrassing enough. Just take a look at the past few days. Joe has been an embarrassing international laughingstock. This was a great moment. At one point, Europe's leaders all mocking Joe right to his face after he became incredibly confused during a meeting. And then he had to, well, tell the Prime Minister of Great Britain, well, maybe you should introduce the President of South Africa. I already did, Joe. Take a look.
Say how pleased I am to welcome those who have just joined us, bringing some pretty spectacular weather with them. President Ramaphosa, President. And the President of South Africa. And the President of South Africa, as I said earlier. Oh, you did. And the President. Say how pleased I am to welcome those who have just joined us, bringing some pretty spectacular weather with them. President Ramaphosa, President. And the President of South Africa. And the President of South Africa,
Yeah, he wants to make sure that he points out the president of South Africa. I wonder why. I wonder why Joe wants to point out and is only focused on the president of South Africa. Is that because he plans on sending some more? Oh, never mind. I won't even go there. That will be rude.
As I said earlier. Oh, you did. I did not. I certainly did.
You're going to mention twice.
So I'll go over that again. Let me tell you, we're delighted. Mr. President, I'm glad to say we're joined by Prime Minister Modi.
Let's go.
I hate, this isn't even funny anymore. That wasn't the only moment of confusion. There were a lot. Biden mixed up Libya and Syria. He did it 3 consecutive times in less than 90 seconds. That has to be a record. Not one to be fond of, but a record nonetheless. Take a look.
We could work together with Russia. For example, in Libya, we should be opening up the passes to be able to go through and provide food assistance and economic vital assistance to a population that's in real trouble. The rebuilding of Syria, of Libya, they're there. I'm hopeful that we can find an accommodation where we can save the lives of people for example, in Libya.
Is there a betting line about Kamala Harris taking over? I know where I'd bet. Once again, his handler is forced to issue another clarification, and it gets worse. During those same remarks, at times, his comments made absolutely no sense whatsoever, and I'm not making this up. Take a look.
500 million doses of Pfizer vaccine, which we contracted to pay for. In addition, the money we put into the COVID project, which is that COVID is, I know you all know, but a lot of people may not know what COVID is.
You may not know, but you may know, but a lot of other people do not know what COVID is. That might be the fucking thing that ruined the whole world, Joe. You know, that thing that fucking shut down the economies worldwide. You know, that thing that you fucking talked about for the last year straight, press conference after press conference. Yeah, that might be the thing we're talking about, Joe. Come back to fucking Earth, bud. Man, just when I thought Canada was the shithole of the fucking world, this arsehole fucking got himself that fucking seat. Wow. Seriously, wow.
Harassing the full potential of those who are harassing, we're going to have to change things. That's the whole idea.
Who on earth doesn't know what COVID is? This is why the administration works overtime to limit Biden's off-script public interactions. Even the First Lady doing her part over the weekend, she literally jumped in and dragged Joe away when he seemed to be in the wrong cafeteria to prevent him from answering an impromptu question. And yet again, at a press conference, Joe admitted, I'm not supposed to answer too many questions. They won't let me. Okay, take a look.
Thank you.
The European allies. Can I ask a question about the European allies?
I'm going to get in trouble with my staff. Yeah, go ahead, but I pretend that you didn't answer you.
Thank you very much, sir. You have often said repeatedly that America is back.
Yes.
At the same time, you've kept in place some Trump-era steel and aluminum sanctions. And I wanted to ask you, when you're having these conversations with European allies who are very concerned about these sanctions, how do you justify that? And what are your plans?
120 days. Give me a break. Need time.
Come on, man. Are you a junkie? I expected that to come flying out. Joey, you're the president.
120 days. Come on, man. That was his on it like right away. That was going to be his go-to fucking answer right there. It's 120 days. Give me time. How much fucking time you want? You had no time fucking jumping there with your fucking little magic pen doing fucking executive orders after executive orders to cost thousands of fucking people their jobs. You had no problem fucking doing what you do to fucking cause people to lose their shit, lose their business and all this other shit, right? But yeah, people ask you a genuine question. The first thing you say is, well, 120 days. Give me some time. Okay. Fuck, man. You guys are in a world of hurt. We're in a world of hurt here in Canada. No, Canada's fucking lost. Okay? Canada's fucking done. Canada just turned into a big fucking shit pot. And you guys are right beside it. It's fucking, this is ridiculous.
President, you've been in office for 145 days, and you can answer as many questions as you want. This is frankly beyond concerning because tonight America is entering an extremely challenging period. There are major growing threats abroad. China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, just to name a few. At the same time, there are new serious problems right here at home. Massive inflation, violent crime on the rise, homelessness on the rise, lawlessness at our southern border, aided and abetted by Joe. These are serious challenges. Joe is clearly not up to this job. He puts all of his effort into just getting through the day, barely. His radical socialist base is clearly running the show. Case in point, the biggest development from Joe's Europe trip, an agreement to consider a global corporate tax rate, which, of course, corporations don't pay taxes. They pass them on to you. And Joe knows that corporations will leave the U.S., so he's trying to conspire with the world's other socialist countries to ensure there's no tax haven country to ever exist. This will end in a worldwide economic disaster. As a matter of fact, the entire trip, and they were just touching, this is the tip of the iceberg. an unmitigated failure, and it's only going to get worse. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most.
Yeah, that's right. Sleepy Joe has a lot of work, LOL. Yes. Listen, that guy is fucking off the fucking rockers. Like, I thought our prime minister was the fucking loser of all losers, but you know what? He still is. There's no question about that, okay? But you guys, like, the Western world, like, just let me put it this way. The Western civilization, as we know it, is fucking gone, okay? China, Russia, North Korea, Germany, all these fucking places that are over there, they literally, if we keep going down this fucking road, we're literally not going to be flying fucking white flags to tell people that we give up. We're going to be fucking flaying. We're going to be sitting there with fucking colorful fucking flags sitting there going, please don't fucking hurt us. Don't hurt us. You just don't understand us. Like, seriously, this is the kind of shit that's going down right now. Is that our country, I hate to say it, the Western world, a bunch of pussies. Minus the fucking people that have already served. Okay, if you haven't served your country, and you haven't fought for your country or bled for your country, the Western world, a bunch of pussies right now. That's what it looks like. I'm just saying how it is. A lot of you guys are going to get pissed off. They're going to be like, whoa, you know what? You don't know fuck all about my country. I can tell you right now, I know that the United States and Canada is fucking falling and crumbling before our eyes. And before you know it, this time next year, we'll be sitting there fucking circle jerking fucking Taiwan or China for fucking bread. That's what's happening to us right now. We're losing ground. If we don't start fucking standing up for what is right, we're going to lose this shit. You know, they've already turned literally the white person into the most racist, independent person there is out there. If you're white, you're wrong. White is wrong. If you're white, you're racist. If you're white, you're fucking repressing every other fucking nation in the world. Christianity, God, everything. They're destroying everything that we hold dear to ourselves right now. If you guys don't see that we're in the middle of a fucking war right now, we're in a fucking war. It's not a fucking war where we're sitting here with guns and bombs and shit. We're literally in a war where they're attacking our religion. They're destroying our families. They're destroying our fucking, whatever faith you believe in. People that murder people are getting put back out on the street, and people that are fucking preaching to give people hope are being put behind bars. And the only people that are allowed to fucking scream and yell in the middle of the streets and protest are the ones that are protesting for anarchy. Think about that for a second. You can't go out there and protest all this fucking shit about fucking, patriotism and fucking free society and democracy. You go out there and watch how fast you get shut down. But you know what? When they show up and they shut you down, do it the next night, but do it in a fucking pink tutu. Strap your balls to your fucking ass and then fucking change your name to a female and watch how long you get to scream and yell out there, because nobody wants to fucking be that person that's going to be labeled as a fucking racist piece of shit. So they let people scream and yell and this and that. Why? Because it fits the elite's narrative of fucking destroying the country. Allow the people that are destroying the country, allow them to do it. And the people that aren't, shut them down. That's why we're being censored on YouTube. It's why we're being censored on Facebook and Twitter and all these platforms, because they don't want strong, independent people out there spreading the fucking word. And the same thing, they even said it right here in Canada. The main thing for the lockdowns was to stop the spread of misinformation. We're in a war, people. Whether you want it or not, it doesn't matter. If you think it doesn't affect you, just ask yourself, do you have to wear a mask to go to the fucking store? Do you have to fucking get a vaccine? If you say yes to either one of those things, then it affects you and you're part of the fucking war. This is what's going on right now. YouTube's going to hate what I'm saying right now, but it's true. It's true. And unless we sit there and unless we do something about it, we're going to sit here next year and I'm going to be fucking sitting here and be like this. And you guys will be fucking sitting with big fucking red, hairy hats on, fucking with Russian bullshit. It's just as bad as it is. Hate to say it like that, but that's exactly what it is. Even Biden's turning around saying the Western world needs to unite. He doesn't even know why the fuck we need to unite. He just says we need to unite. Why? Because somewhere in his fucking brain, one of them fired off and said, hey, we're going to be in trouble. What if What if they don't give you that fucking payout, Biden? What if they don't fucking pay Hunter for the fucking information you guys are selling to the Russians? What if they don't pay you? That's why they're sitting there saying we need to unite, just in case, guys. Just in case the Russians don't pay us and the Chinese don't pay us. We need to unite. It's a wrestling match. They fight on screen, they fight on air, and then in behind closed doors, which you and me don't get to see, they're sitting there laughing while they're smoking their fucking cigars. Nah, fuck that shit. All right.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Ever been to Buckhead in Atlanta? It's a beautiful residential, partly commercial neighborhood in the northwest corner of the city. It's not a huge place, fewer than 80,000 people live there, but it's fair to say that without Buckhead, Atlanta, at least as it's currently run, couldn't exist. Taxes from Buckhead residents account for fully a fifth of Atlanta's entire city budget. So you'd think the people who run the city would be very polite to Buckhead. They certainly should be. But the opposite is true. For decades, various mayors of Atlanta have attacked Buckhead as if there's something offensive or immoral about maintaining a clean and orderly neighborhood. For the most part, the residents of Buckhead have taken this abuse in silence. Complaining seemed impolite. So they've continued to send huge amounts of money to a city government that hates them. For politicians in Atlanta, it has been a very good deal. Attack Buckhead, then take the dough. But that deal could soon be ending. And the reason for that is the current mayor, a spectacular mediocrity with unusually high self-esteem called Keisha Lance Bottoms. Like so many big city mayors, Bottoms is an incompetent demagogue. She has no idea what she's doing, but she's willing to say anything. For a while, that was tolerable to the people of Buckhead. Like most people who live in cities, they know the drill, they're used to it. But then last summer, things changed. A man called Rayshard Brooks was shot to death in a parking lot at Wendy's by an Atlanta police officer. Brooks, who was apparently drunk, had fallen asleep in his car in the drive-thru lane. When police tried to arrest him, Brooks went berserk. We showed you the video at the time. It's painful to watch. Brooks stole a cop's taser and pointed it at him. That's when an officer called Garrett Wolf shot Rayshard Brooks. It was a sad story, but it was understandable once you watched the tape and you thought about it carefully. But Keisha Lance Bottoms didn't wait to think about it carefully or at all. Without pausing for an investigation, she immediately fired Officer Wolf, and then she issued a predictably self-righteous press release about it. An independent board later found that what Bottoms did was illegal, but by then it was too late. Hundreds of Atlanta police officers had already left the force, and those who stayed understood very well that there was no point in making arrests. Who'd want to be Officer Wolf? Nobody. So response times plummeted. You call the police, they didn't come. Crime soared. Criminals found that even when they'd been arrested for violent crimes, they were back on the street within days. Can you guess what happened next? Here's what happened next.
You want me to break your window? Eliana Kovic and her boyfriend were shocked to learn the man in this video, who is accused of attacking them, was out on bond. The couple was outside of the Mercedes-Benz dealership in Buckhead last June when they say a man started to threaten them.
He took out his knife that he had in his pocket, and he said he had a gun. He kept telling us that he was going to kill us.
Kovic says the violent words soon turned physical.
Came around the other side of the car, punched my boyfriend in his left temple, and then he punched me, and then he punched me again, and I fell to the ground. I blacked out.
The suspect, Fakhradovan Moore, was arrested and charged with 7 felonies for the attack. However, he was released on bond 5 months later. And as Kovic and her boyfriend did some digging, they learned Moore had been arrested just days before in Clayton County
for misdemeanor battery charges, and then was released. And then while he was out on bail from Clayton County, that's when he attacked us.
It's pretty unbelievable. Threatened to kill them, punched a woman in the face. What'd they do wrong exactly? Nothing, just on the street in Buckhead. In Buckhead, murders year to date are up almost 50%. That's a lot of new dead people.
Murders are up right now because fucking that's what they want. They need the confusion on the streets. You guys ever notice that they do not put people in jail for stupid for violent crimes? They need these people out on the streets to cause the mayhem, to mask what they are doing. to cause distraction like, and if the mayhem happens to go like the way that they want it to go, then mainstream media picks it up like crazy. If it goes the opposite way, well, then they just they just don't report about it. And then everybody else just turns around and fucking just, well, hey, what happened? Like, do you know how, I'll give you an example. I'm all over the place like Joe Biden here. I can hear myself. But listen, how many fucking Black Lives Matter protests were there for the 216 kids a year ago? Which is like up to like 700 kids now in the last year and a half that have been killed in Chicago by black on black crimes. Under the age of 16. Almost 700 children have been shot. Think about that for a second. Where the fuck are all those protests? But if one person decides to shoot somebody, and that person decides to be a white fucking cracker that just happened to fucking lose his marbles one day and shoot somebody, then it fucking makes the national news and they tear down buildings and they riot the streets and everything, and the cops don't say fucking nothing about it. No, don't say fuck all about it. How the fuck is that even fair? Tell me how that is fair. So white people gotta fucking walk on fucking eggshells while everybody else gets to be the most racist individuals that there's been in the last 150 fucking years. And yet everybody else has got to turn around and just fucking turn a blind eye as long as the white man don't do nothing and he just sits there, everything else gets to be okay. But the moment the white man farts, then fucking fine his ass or put him to jail or burn down his building or ruin his neighborhood and this and that. When the fuck is the white people going to turn around? We going to wait 150 years before white people say, hey, we don't want to be fucking treated like you guys were 250 fucking years ago, and we worked all those years to get away from that shit. Now you're going to turn around and flip it on us, and we're supposed to sit here and take it up the ass dry? Not going to fucking happen. I'm sorry. And now because we're standing up for ourselves, because we feel that everybody should be equal, now all of a sudden you're racist? So if everybody's equal, you're racist? But if you were to say everybody's equal except for black people and people of color, they're superior, then you understand their cause? This sounds exactly like they used to do 250 years ago. So how long before black people start stringing up fucking white people in a tree and just calling it an everyday fucking thing? Because they're already fucking doing shit to us. They're being racist, segregating us, doing all this other shit, and we're sitting here taking it dry while the government fucking backs it all. Oh, some people are going to come at me and say, wow, Wayne, that sounds kind of racist in its own. You shouldn't be fucking talking about that shit. But it's not me that's fucking braining this fucking fight. It's everybody else. It's the government. Black and white people need to start standing side by side and realize who the fuck the enemy is. It's not fucking white or black or Chinese or whatever. It's the people that are running this fucking country that fucking get their way into office without you or me or anybody else's consent. They just take the spot they want and give you the illusion that you fucking put them there. You could vote for this person all day long and they'll put that person in and they'll say, oh yeah, majority of people said this and that. But you ask everybody in the United States who you voted for and you watch who they say. And how the fuck is that even possible? And is there anything you can do about it? No. Can't even post about it on social media platforms. Because then you're just being fucking destructive and anarchist. So we're just going to sit here and take it dry? Well, I'm sorry, I'm not. The only thing, I'm just not. I'm not going to have my fucking kids go through this shit. So you know what? It's this generation that started this fucking bullshit, and it's going to be this generation that's going to stop it. Mark my fucking words, we ain't going to let this shit fly. Racism should be fucking shot dead, regardless of the color. And anybody that says black people can't be racist, bullshit.
Robberies and aggravated assaults are up by nearly 40%. Car thefts, 65% rise. Lenox Square Mall in Buckhead was one of the first indoor shopping malls in the United States. It was a great and famous place. Now it's too dangerous to visit. Beginning last year, someone was getting shot at the mall virtually every month. In December of 2019, a Macy's employee was shot during a robbery. In January, a man trying to defend himself in an armed robbery was inadvertently shot by a cop. In February of last year, a drug deal led to a gun battle outside of Bloomingdale's. In March, a dispute over a parking space outside the Cheesecake Factory led to more gunfire, which killed someone, and so on. So people in Buckhead just stopped going to that mall. Ultimately, authorities decided they needed security and metal detectors. They put police dogs throughout the buildings. They set up a network of security cameras with software to detect firearms. It seemed like it would work, but it didn't. There was just too much violence. This past April, a gunman beat a 60-year-old woman next to her car in the mall's parking lot and then stole her purse. Atlanta police later said that somehow none of their cameras had caught the crime. A witness called James Glass says he never saw any police officers or security during the assault, even though the attacker took his time beating the woman because he was enjoying it so much. According to Glass, quote, "It seemed like he was celebrating what he had done. He started to rejoice and started shouting, just like he was happy for what he had done to this lady." It's disgusting, and it's still going on. On Monday, two 15-year-olds shot and nearly killed a security guard at the Apple store at Lenox Square Mall. So if criminals can terrorize the mall in Buckhead, which is now one of the most surveilled places in the entire city, what can they do to a neighborhood? Well, they can terrorize it, and they are. They're attacking people on residential streets in Buckhead. Watch this report from Fox 5 in Atlanta.
Neighbors say they're shocked after two crimes hit their Buckhead neighborhood. Atlanta police say on Saturday they found a man with a gunshot wound on West Wesley Road. Investigators say the man and two others were shot at while jogging. Hours later on Saturday, Atlanta police responded to the Collier Ridge apartment complex. Police say they found a man who was severely injured on scene.
He did, in fact, strike a individual that was taking out trash.
Atlanta police say they arrested the suspect shortly after that crime. Now investigators are working to figure out a possible motive.
The man who was shot jogging on Saturday is called Andrew Worrell. You should know there's no backstory here. He didn't know the guy who shot him. He wasn't doing anything. He was just jogging on the weekend like a good citizen. And a guy pulled up and opened fire. Why? His 911 call is difficult to listen to, but you should listen to it just so you can understand precisely what Keisha Bonhams has done to Buckhead. Here's the call.
Help! Help! Hello, caller. 1211 West Wesley. Is this a house, apartment, or a place of business? I'm on the street, 1211 West Wesley. I got shot. Is the assailant still nearby? No, I didn't know. He drove away. Okay. And is there any serious bleeding? Yes, I'm bleeding. I've been shot.
And he was shot twice. Something similar happened to a woman called Valerie Casper on a trail in Brookhaven right near Buckhead. She was stabbed 4 times in the back by a total stranger in broad daylight as she was walking on a trail. Casper was pregnant with her second child at the time. She was forced to deliver her baby more than 3 months early because she was stabbed by a stranger. Why was she stabbed? Why was Andrew Worrell shot? These weren't robberies. The only point was physical injury, was terror, was brutality. The victims appear to have been chosen purely for how they look. But don't call these hate crimes. It's not allowed. You can't say that. Privately, though, many people in Buckhead suspect that's exactly what's going on. They've been attacked by reckless politicians for years. Politicians have ginned up hatred of Buckhead for political reasons. So why wouldn't others take them seriously? Why wouldn't shootings and stabbings be the end result of that? Some people in Buckhead have had enough of this. They don't think it's going to get better. 2 bills currently in the Georgia State Legislature would allow Buckhead to leave the city of Atlanta, then run its own competent police department and resume being a safe, nice place. CNN, for one, hates this idea. CNN is headquarters in Atlanta and has been for 40 years. They know exactly what's going on in the city. They don't care. You don't like getting shot while jogging? Well, then you're a racist.
The mostly white neighborhood of Buckhead is pushing to separate from the rest of the city. CNN's Ryan Young has more from Atlanta.
The Buckhead Exploratory Committee reports they've raised over $500,000 and is now pushing state lawmakers to push through a bill that would allow their cityhood petition to be voted on in the next election. The predominantly white neighborhoods movement is gaining traction with Republican lawmakers.
Oh, you following this? Did you get the dog whistles? Mostly white, predominantly white. Got it? So if you're opposed to getting murdered outside Cheesecake Factory, you're a white supremacist. They always say that. Here's the funny thing. They don't mean it. How do we know they don't mean it? Take a look at how they live. How many CNN anchors, including the ones you just saw, have weekend homes anywhere near Section 8 housing?
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Whenever it comes to segregation and dividing people, they turn around and they say one thing whenever they do another. If this is not war, people, then what is? Tell me what is war if this is not war? We are literally destroying our society and the way of our life as we know it. Everything that we've held, that's held these countries, yours and mine, together for the last 200 and some fucking years, is now being destroyed right before our eyes, and the opposition, the enemies, are across there laughing their fucking ass off while we literally have people in the streets sitting there fucking in dresses tearing shit apart, and we do nothing about it because we don't want to offend them. Think about this for a minute. I hate to fucking put it that way, but that's how it is. They literally look at us as a bunch of weak pussies. That's what they look at us like. And I couldn't think of another better word. They're going to be for a shock. They're going to be in for a shock when we pull our ass out of our we pull our head out of our ass and we get shit back on track. They're going to be in for a fucking shock. But we got to do it soon, people.
Let's see. We'll check our notes here. Right around 0. In fact, not 1. Instead, they run to Martha's Vineyard, or they charter helicopters to fly to the Hamptons on Friday afternoon. In other words, in their spare time, they get as far away from diversity as they possibly can. Not just some of them, all of them, every one of them. That's the truest generalization ever made. A recent piece, to put a finer point on it, in the New York Post, describes how many rich liberals from New York have flooded into the poor, unsuspecting state of Montana. Bill Gates has been camping out in Big Sky recently. A lot of them have. Why? It's not the fly fishing. Bill Gates couldn't cast a fly rod if his fortune depended on it. No, it's not that. The appeal is the monochromatic neighbors. Outside of the Indian reservations, Montana has the demographics of 1956 America. Everyone looks the same. It is not a melting pot. So no, rich liberals don't actually believe that diversity is our strength. They hate it so much that the first sign of spray paint, they run for the whitest hills they can find. Then they lecture you some more about how you're the racist because you don't like getting shot outside Cheesecake Factory. That's how it works.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not.
Oh, man. So I got a couple of emails. Just going through some of the stuff here. I got a couple of emails and some other stuff here. Trudeau and Biden taught and chat about opening. Okay, here we go. Let's play this up. Let's play this. So listen, like I've said it over and over again. People, you can either, okay, what is this? I'm just going to, China will eat our lunch soon because they do not arrange affirmative action, identify policies. China still believes, and they will beat us at everything. They will. They will. Technology, manpower, everything. They will literally eat our lunches. It's absolutely disgusting.
Hayden Baker has just donated $4 Canadian through Super Chat.
Baker, thank you very much for the Super Chat. I appreciate that, man. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, if we don't seriously, like, without being all dramatic and everything else, if we literally don't pull our head out of our asses, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. 1776 is going to be, it's going to be, again, the next major war we have is here on our soil. And I've been saying this for the last fucking 8 years. I just did not think that it was going to be a psychological and bio warfare. I thought it was going to be us being invaded. We are being invaded, but they haven't even lifted a finger yet. Haven't even lifted a finger. They designed something to fucking take us over with our own money, with our own funding, and with our own government backing them. They designed a way to take over everything with your money, my money, and the backing of our government. Think about that. That's some fucked up shit. And they're getting away with it because there's no way to fucking even challenge them. Even challenge them. I want to show you guys something here from Rebel News. It was a really good clip. Give me 1 second here. Let me just find it. Yeah, right here. Check this out. This is in Canada, guys. Just to make it very clear, Canada, Rebel News. Listen to this.
Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
The officer yesterday said they don't want to arrest me. They happen to think I'm a nice guy, I guess. And I said, I'd like to talk with you guys after all of this is done, because I believe that the police out there are, they're being deceived. They're being coerced, just as I was coerced. They're there because it's their job, but they don't realize that they have a responsibility. They have a higher responsibility.
Adam Sos here for Rebel News. Outside of the church of Pastor Artur Pawlowski, when congregants gathered this morning, they came upon a horrific scene. Horse manure had been spread throughout the parking lot. In addition, garbage and needles were found everywhere in the place of worship, the outdoor gathering space of these congregants throughout these times. This is just the latest in a brazen string of acts of vandalism here. And following the arson that took place at Pastor Artur's property, as well as his assault at the grocery store last weekend, congregants are beginning to wonder when authorities will call out these acts of discriminatory violence and vandalism against this Christian community here.
Lord, you set my spirit free. You set me free. You translated me out of the kingdom of darkness right into the kingdom of light. We stand in your glorious light today, Lord. I can't wait to stand in your glorious presence, Lord, where the light of God will be the light of the world. You, your eminent presence, Lord. Light us up again today. Let the word be received today in grateful hearts. Let the rooting and the foundation and the glory of God just root into you today, Lord, through the word. Thank you for your word. We stand on it day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, Lord. It's all we have is you to get us through, Lord. We're so grateful for your presence in our midst. Again, just inspire us, edify us, encourage us, love on us today. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
We have noticed an increased police presence here this week compared to last week, and that may very well be because Pastor Peter Riker is in attendance. You likely saw that yesterday he was served under threat of arrest with a number of orders, which he signed. Sarah Miller, his legal counsel, has been provided by Fight Defiance, suggested that he should sign those documents because either way he would be faced with the same legal battle in court, and that he was better served remaining a free man instead of sitting in jail awaiting his court date.
So in the morning, about noon, the active investigator on my case phoned me up and he says, listen, we're going to come and arrest you, and we'd like to release you right away if you sign our contract and agree to our terms. And at that time, I didn't know that there was extra stipulations in there. It was just a notice to appear and a notice for fingerprinting that I was under the impression. And then when they came, they also had a third piece of paper saying that I had to agree to the health officer's restrictions. And so that's kind of what delayed the whole process a bit. I didn't want to agree to that, but after talking to my legal representation, Sarah Miller, shout out to fightdefiance.com, she advised me that if I go to jail, it'll be the same result. I'll go before a judge and I'll have to agree to the conditions, or I'll end up sitting in Pastor Coates' position, sitting in jail for 30 days or longer. And that court case was finished this week past, and they sided with the government on all issues. So we lost some ground there, but we're still.
So AKA, what he's trying to say is that he just accepted the terms because he could get his word out and preach to people the word of God more if he got out and agreed to their terms and services and their agreements than he would if he was just sitting in a jail cell, which the government sided with with itself anyways. So he just decided, you know what? So he's sitting here trying to make an excuse to why he accepted and did what he did. But you know what? He doesn't need to express or explain himself. Go to jail or for bullshit and sit in there and have nobody help you or your word not get spoken or anything, or agree to their bullshit terms and still stay out to fight the fight. He has no reason why he should have to justify himself. But the very fact that we are putting pastors and priests and people of faith in this position should just speak volumes. It should speak volumes in the fact that we're putting these people in these positions where they got to fucking make these decisions, whether to sit in a hole or tell the people that there's still hope. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Waiting for the constitutional challenge, so I'm just waiting for all of that to happen. And so we opted to sign the paperwork, and last night I had trouble sleeping, I'll be honest with you guys. The idea of not coming to church just didn't sit right with my conscience. So I'm here, even though another pastor has stepped up and taken over. I'm here as a congregant today, and I believe that I'm still within the rights and freedoms, and I'm still within the health restrictions, because we're an outside gathering, which we're not going to hit 150 people today. So that's where we're at with things, and hopefully we have a peaceful day. The officer yesterday said they don't want to arrest me. They happen to think I'm a nice guy, I guess, and I said, I'd like to talk with you guys after all of this is done, because I believe that the police out there they're being deceived, they're being coerced, just as I was coerced. They're there because it's their job, but they don't realize that they have a responsibility. They have a higher responsibility, and it's not just taking orders. I talked with Pastor Art last night, and he says it raises the question, were there any good Nazis? You know, they all put on the uniform, they all followed the orders. So was there really any good Nazis? And I'll leave that with you. Come to church. I'll see you at church.
Well, despite the police presence earlier, worship is now concluding. No more police presence was seen throughout the rest of the day. Our intrepid videographer K2 will follow Pastor Peter home in case there is a dramatic roadside arrest, as occurred with Pastor Archer after worship a few weeks ago. But barring that, that is a wrap for the day. I want to thank you all for tuning in. For Rebel News, I'm Adam Sos.
Absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting that the government is putting these people in this position, and it's disgusting that we have to turn around and literally justify, telling people the word of God, and then turn around and have people judge you and say all these things. And then the police, if they say it to too many people, you go to jail. If you speak the word of God to too many people, you go to jail. If you hang out with too many people, you go to jail. You say too many things, you go to jail. Man, we didn't just go back 250 years where segregation and black against white and white against black was happening. We went back hundreds of years, thousands of years, to Jesus's time, where Jesus, if you speak the Lord's name, then you're dog shit and you deserve to be fucking crucified. This is where we're back now. They're literally tearing apart every part of our foundation. Everything that we worked for over the years, everything is all going to shit. All of it. Evil is at play. Evil is at play big time. This is a war against good versus evil, and it's a war against fucking the opposition, but not like we've ever seen before. We are not going back to the so-called normal, guys. This is not something that we're gonna be doing anytime soon. It's disgusting to think that, and it's hard to even say it, but that's the truth of it. That is the absolute truth. All right, we got wow. Okay, so everybody's over on. I made the mistake of going live on both feeds. Crazy. There's much that's secret beneath the soil. Okay, here we go. I want to play this because this is the other attack that we're having here on Canada, and our government is disgusting because of this. I'm gonna sneeze.
I want to make it very, very clear. This is very early days for us. I appreciate, personally, thank you. I lift my hands to you, to each and every one of you for helping us get that story out there. This is the very beginning. So again, you're going to want to delve into places that we're not ready to talk about for a multitude of reasons.
On May 27th, the Tecumseh Shishwemic First Nation band released a press release that shook the world. Cookbee Chief Roseanne Casimir stated that there had been a discovery of the remains of 215 former students of the Kamloops Indian Residential School through the use of ground-penetrating radar. It was a heartbreaking story that made headlines across Canada and the world alike. Since then, emotions have understandably ran high, but so has speculation and rumors stated by sources of prominent influences, such as politicians as well as mainstream media. It's been 2 weeks since that press release was published, and all of us are left with more questions than answers when it comes to things like exactly how was the precise figure of 215 determined with such technology, and by whom? Is the discovery being treated like a crime scene, or rather like an unmarked cemetery that was known about, but only just now being located? Will there be a thorough investigation to let us know more about the identity of those who were buried there, as well as their cause of death? And what were the recent events that led up to the discovery? And now that it's been discovered, what does the band want to do now?
Cynthia, absolutely. What goes around comes around.
What you just saw there was a taste of the culture and the ceremonies taking place after this heartbreaking story hit front page news worldwide. But some of the stories that were spread far and wide were not based on facts. For example, how were the remains buried? Were they found in a mass grave hiding dark, horrendous secrets? Or is this a lost cemetery? The initial press release, which you can find at rebelnews.com, only stated the following. It is with a heavy heart that the Tecumseh Shishwemic Cookbee Chief Roseanne Casimir confirms an unthinkable loss that was spoken about but never documented by the Kamloops Indian Residential School. This past weekend, with the help of a ground-penetrating radar specialist, the stark truth of the preliminary findings came to light. The confirmation of the remains of 215 children who were students of the Kamloops Indian Residential School. We had a knowing in our community that we were able to verify. To our knowledge, these missing children are undocumented deaths, stated Cookbee Roseanne Casimir. Some were as young as 3 years old. We sought out a way to confirm the knowing out of the deepest respect and love of those lost children and their families, understanding that the Tecumseh Shishwemic is the final resting place of these children. Those two paragraphs were the only parts in the statement to offer the general public with some insight about who was buried there and why. Now, surely it was vague enough to allow the general public to come off with their own speculations, but what excuse did politicians and news outlets have for embellishing the facts? Is it for their own political reasons? And don't they understand that with a matter so sensitive, their words carry weight and can actually harm people if what they're saying isn't true? Take a look at this letter from Jagmeet Singh dated May 31st. He wrote that there was a recent discovery of 215 children placed in a mass, unmarked grave.
Now, does anybody want to tell me how children placed in a masked, unmarked grave at the like Indian residential school. How that even is a possible thing? How did 215 kids just go missing like that? Oh, that's right, because our government will use whatever resources they need, yours and ours, if it benefits themselves. But if it's nothing to do with them directly, they don't give a shit. How did 215 kids go missing? And nobody fucking says a thing about that. Millions of kids go a year go missing. Hundreds of thousands of kids go missing every fucking year between your country and ours, and nobody fucking bats an eye at it. Meanwhile, thousands of people or families are being destroyed every day. And then just as everybody goes on lockdown and everybody holds their loved ones close and dear to themselves, they don't let them play at the park, they don't let them walk home from school, and then all of a sudden, you know, everybody, there's missing kids go right down to nothing because everybody's holding on to their loved ones closer than they can ever fucking hold them in ever. And then your president and our president or our prime minister decides to say, hey, allow all the immigrants to come in, but just the children. Coincidence? Or are they just trying to restock their fucking pile? That's what I'm saying.
The New York Times, the National Post, and the Toronto Star all bombarded us with articles saying the same thing, that a mass grave was discovered here. That implied something horrific, like a massacre, or something done in secret and in shame. But is it a mass grave? Were these children just discarded like pieces of garbage, one on top of the other until it was eventually covered up? Or were they individually buried over a certain period of time? To get to these answers, again, I stress, let's go to the people closest to this situation.
Acknowledging that they're coming from a place of trauma and grief, to Kamloops Tashwetmik Chief Roseanne Casimir gave the first update to the media since news broke of the horrifying apparent find last week. Among the things she wanted to clarify, they are not calling this a mass grave.
This is not a mass grave, but rather unmarked burial sites that are, to our knowledge, also undocumented.
When Justin Trudeau came out and stated what was found, Jody Wilson-Raybould replied on Twitter saying this: "The killing of innocent children is horrific. What is distressing is your government focusing on symbolism and half measures rather than real action. In 2018, you promised to break the pattern of past governments. You abandoned that promise and nothing has changed."
Wow, go figured. Trudeau turned around and said a bunch of shit, or sorry, I should just say politicians said a bunch of shit until they get that powerful seat and then they tell everybody to go fuck themselves. Which goes back to what I originally said. We should be able to have a clause that says, hey, if you're a dickhead and we find out in the first however long, we get to vote you guys out. So you know what? If we find out after a year that you guys are a fucking dickhead, then we should be able to turn around and call. There should be a way to be able to, for the people to say, you know what, we want to vote this person out now. We don't care about 4 years term or 5 years term. We want this individual out now. And it should have to be like a ridiculous amount, like 90% of the population. This is what they want and agree. Well, then they should be able to vote them out. Not have to deal with some radical fucking piece of shit that snuck their way into fucking power and then pulled the wool over everybody's eyes. And then we got to spend 4 years or however long to fucking sit there and realize, okay, yeah, we fucked up over year after year after year. No. There should be a fucking emergency clause so we can kick those motherfuckers out. And I wouldn't doubt if there was one already.
Don't get me wrong, I totally agree with Jody. We're tired of politicians just saying what people want to hear, especially capitalizing off the suffering of other people. But were these children killed? Does anybody want the truth of what happened to them? And I mean each and every one of them out. It's been difficult to get the answers about what is likely to be the cause of death of those who are buried in unmarked graves near the school. On the one hand, this is such a challenging thing for many people to discuss, especially those closest to Canada's dark history with residential schools that includes the kidnapping, the neglect, both the physical and sexual abuse, and stripping away of culture of innocent children. And we also know that we're nowhere near knowing all of those stories because many people, including people in my own family who attended residential schools, were never comfortable talking about their experiences there, leaving their family just wondering what they may have endured. But on the other hand, as a journalist, it's been difficult for me to get answers on this particularly because it seems like for whatever reason, every single door that I would normally take to do so is getting closed on me. While we were there, every staff person that we spoke to on the grounds told us they couldn't answer any questions unless it was approved first by their elected chief. I still haven't heard back from the band's office about how to get a statement or arrange an interview to do so yet. Why is the chief, an elected political leader, the only one who's allowed to speak on this? Is it a cultural protocol thing or something else? Additionally, the archives that are available to do research on the school have been closed as well. And in a recent press release, we were all but told not to ask questions at all, just to wait for the band to tell us what they want to tell us and when.
I want to make it very, very clear. This is very early days for us. I appreciate, personally, thank you. I lift my hands to you, to each and every one of you for helping us get that story out there. This is the very beginning. So again, you're going to want to delve into places that we're not ready to talk about for a multitude of reasons. We are a First Nations community. We are part of the Secwépemc Nation, which means we have ceremonies and protocols to do yet. So you have to understand that there's things that we're not going to disclose until we've had the chance to connect within our own community who is reeling, because unfortunately, how the story was, we knew that we had to push it out at the same time to the general public as to our own community here. And so they're still reeling, and they still have the presence of those children in their community. So we just want you to be very aware.
Uri, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. The Canadian government has treated Native people like shit. Like shit. They mask the whole fucking, oh, we're so multicultural, this and that, but they give the Native people absolutely nothing. The Canadian government does not give a shit about Native people whatsoever and has used them and their people for multiple different fucking bullshits throughout over the years. That's the reality of it. Okay, the American the Canadian people, not the Canadian people, the Canadian government and some of the Canadian people have treated Native Americans like shit. Absolute dog shit. And they deserve to be treated 10 times better because they contribute to everything we've got just as much as anybody else. And I agree with that. But you don't see them out there fucking destroying shit and everything else. There's the difference. They deserve to fucking have their voice heard, but you don't see them fucking acting like a bunch of fucking hooligans and destroying shit to get their word heard and stuff like that. The worst they fucking ever do is block off the territories that they were given, which is their right to do.
With what we're dealing with here.
Now, granted, it's just been under a couple of weeks, and with a story like this, I imagine they're getting questions after questions, as well as concerns from around the world. But typically, in order to bring the public information, there is at least a media person who can let the press know what can and cannot be answered. Despite many of the journalistic doors that have been closed on me as I've been trying to prepare this report for you, I was able to get some insight on some of the possible causes of death that could have occurred to those who've been buried in unmarked graves near the school. I was able to do some research about mortality in the area during the time the school was open, and I was also able to speak to 2 elders who attended the school, like this gentleman.
I'm sad about those children.
Yes.
It's really bad. I spent 11 years here. My wife spent 14.
At the school?
Yeah. And I'll tell you the truth, I didn't like it.
I believe you. Did you know that there was children buried here?
No, I just heard it not long ago. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. While that gentleman wasn't aware about the remains of these children, the community itself has heard about stories for a long time. The initial press release from the local tribe also says that preliminary measures have been taking place since as early as the year 2000 to get to where.
You know, here's my thing about the reparation for the Native Americans. You know, I think that the Native Americans, they don't have to pay taxes. They have the reservations they're allowed on, but they get, you know, they get a few things, you know, like whenever it comes to lawyers and criminal stuff, they get, you know, some leniently that way and stuff like that. But all of that is like just bullshit in the long run. I think that what they deserve is to have whatever the fuck they want, considering they were here and they were living off this land way before us. Now listen, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, you know, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Times have changed and YouTube's dipping my shit again. Thank you, YouTube. But here's the reality of it is that regardless to whatever the situation is, I've had people literally say, wow, you know, we negotiated the land, we negotiated this. It's not our fault they made bad decisions, but they didn't have all the playing cards. They didn't know that they were going to be fucking segregated to camps and, or sorry, reservations. You know, it's all the same shit, just different name and title. You know, they weren't told that they were gonna their children and they weren't gonna have proper schooling and education and all this other shit. Some of the reservations around here, they get some stuff, but it's very minimal, very minimal. So you can't help but to feel sad for the people that are suffering, especially when it comes to their children, finding out that there's mass graves. And you guys know that it's not just that one spot. They found like 6 or 7 different locations where there was mass graves of kids. So all these rumors that they've been talking about for years and years and years about their kids and this and that all happening is fucking true. So disgusting. You know, I'm all one for if you make a bad decision, business move, then that's your problem. But you got to do what's fair, right? People stole this fucking land, and a lot of people say they stole it fair and square. They didn't steal it fair and square. It's like telling us, it's like fucking making a deal, but without giving them the full details of what's going to happen. That's not right. So should they get reparation? I don't think they should get reparation, but should they get more rights to expand their territories? Fuck yeah. Fuck, why not? Instead of these little reservations, allow them to fucking negotiate more territory for themselves so they can branch out and grow. Like these territories that they have, these reservations are fucking so small. It's sad. It's pathetic. They should be able to fucking pick whatever land they want. And turn around and say, this is the area we want. And if it happens to be the equivalent to Texas in the United States, then so be it. Give it to them. They deserved it. Their children suffered. They've suffered. They've gone without all kinds of fucking shit from the federal government. They've been overlooked, just like our veterans have been overlooked. Everybody. Anybody of any value to the country has been fucking kept at a low fucking end and put at the part where they need the government. It's funny, right? Because the Native Americans that contribute the most to winning the wars and stuff like that, the federal government kept them real low and just fucking treated them like shit so they wouldn't go anywhere. The fucking veterans, what did they do? The people that contribute, they kept them real low and kept them right here. Anything that posed a threat to their way of life, they kept real low and wanting them to just get their paycheck and get this and that. Kind of like they're doing to the rest of society and you and me. You know, they knock us down. Hundreds and thousands of businesses in Canada, thousands of businesses in the United States have gone bankrupt. They're just gone. Thousands. of people have lost their fucking jobs and their livelihood and their dreams. The American dream of going to America and starting a business and being your own boss. Thousands and thousands of people have lost that. And what is anybody doing about it? You get a $1,500 check. Make it last. It's disgusting. And this is what Canadian government did to the Native Americans way back then. They promised them a lot of shit, thought they were going to keep care of them, and then before you know it, they got nothing. They're sitting on little reservations with nothing. That's what they're doing to every single one of us. Absolutely. Absolute long play? Absolutely.
Where they are today in this investigation. Another elder who we talked to, Stanley Paul, actually told us he resided for years in one of the upper rooms up front. I'm going to brace you. Some of what he has to say is very disturbing. But he also points out that accidents took place, like this accident that happened to his own cousin. Do you think many in the community, they also knew that there were babies and children that were buried here?
I know.
I want you to look at the hurt in this guy's eyes. Look at the hurt in this guy's eyes, and tell me you do not feel sad about what they've endured over the years.
Like this accident that happened to his own cousin. Do you think many in the community, they also knew that there were babies and children that were buried here?
I know some new cousins here. We were in school a long time. So, when I used to go to school here, we used to be back here where we used to have apples and all that there. Mm-hmm. Where the cows, we used to have the cows and pigs and chickens and all that. And that day we had to look after the boys. We used to look after the boys for the horses and all that. Mm-hmm. Then we had that hay. That hay, and then we used to throw all that hay over to the horses and cows and all that. And we fight when we jump and throw all that hay and everything down. Mm-hmm. And the boy, our little cousin, threw that hay on the ground. And we forgot when we're jumping, we're running and everything, running and around, jumping over the hay. When he found out, at one of our cousins, it fell into that thing, and what he did, it poked him and he killed him right there in the thick, and we seen it, and we were all happy to see him. But when they come out to death, when he died, that hurted us, and I was a really good friend. And what happened? I was really good. He was just like a half brother and everything when he died. It made me even cry too.
Were there a lot of accidents like that happened here?
Yeah, and down over here, some of them girls wasn't good. On the girls' side, that wasn't good there down there. So for the girls, when you wash them for the water, and we do the wash their clothes and all that there.
The Truth and Reconciliation Commission has come together to provide an avenue for many of the people who attended residential schools and also their family members to provide their stories, which unfortunately include deaths from things like tuberculosis, as well as from poor living conditions. This particular residential school ran from 1890 to 1978, during a time when tuberculosis was one of the leading causes of death. So much so that, according to Kamloops Museum Archives, a place now known as the Tranquil Farm Fresh was first a large sanitarium built specifically to treat patients with tuberculosis between 1907 and 1958. An article about the sanatorium by Kamloops Info News states that...
Does anybody remember how long it took for them to get a vaccine for that? Think about that one for a sec.
That before Europeans came to the area, First Nations people frequented the land for fishing and hunting. After colonization, tuberculosis began ravaging Canadian communities, especially First Nations. It appears we're not the only one having a tough time getting some answers. If you look at this CBC article, it talks about a little bit of a struggle.
So I just want to read a comment here. Gramps says over on Twitch, says during the time natives were called savages, they were seen as lesser than all traces to the British Empire and British about fundraise. Okay, it's moving up there. Foundations of society has been murderous. They've been murderous hustles. It keeps moving up. Beginning they've been murderous savage or people from the beginning. U.S. is repeating what we saw. It's true. Like history is repeating itself. A lot longer than the newest one. Yeah. It's so crazy, guys. Guys, if you're just tuning in for the first time, please hit that thumbs up button. Hit that notification bell. Join us every single night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd love to see you guys back here every single night. If you can. It's been absolutely friggin' awesome tonight so far. Everybody over on Twitch. I got a lot of people over on Wayne Live, which I didn't mean to be streaming to Wayne Live tonight, but we are streaming to Wayne Live, so whatever, it is what it is. But trying to get everybody to go over to Watch with Wayne, so if you can shoot over to Watch with Wayne, that'd be absolutely awesome, guys. Here, let me just post this link. I'm gonna post this link in Wayne Live. There you go. So if you guys can shoot over to Watch with Wayne, that'd be awesome. Trying to get those numbers up. Wayne, preacher is in the USA. Oh, he's in the USA now, Steve? That's crazy. Did he just go to the United States? Is that what happened there? Straight up cheating human being out of the national process of life. Wow. Hi all. Yeah. I'll pass. Oh, Arthur, really? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Here, let me check something here. Let me see if I can. Speaks in New York. He speaks in New York tomorrow. I didn't know that. Hey Marie, how you doing? Nice, nice, nice. I'm back rocking the 44P, baby. 7 in the house. I saw him on the news. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Politicians. Okay, hold on. There was another video I want to see. So it's some of the provinces here in Canada are canceling. Yeah, I guess they're canceling Canada Day. So we're not having Canada Day due to the fact of all the shit that's going on with these kids they're finding. So they're done with that. What is going on here? Okay, that's not. Oh, where are we? Oh, hold on. Let me get this other video. Can I play this one? It's still okay. Alright, let me see. We'll play. Is this? Here, can we do this? Oh shit! What? Jill is sitting at the POTUS desk on the Air Force One. Yeah, look at this. So it says here, Greg Kelly tweeted, "What? Is that Jill at the POTUS desk on Air Force One? Hell, Jill, you should have been helping the old man Joe, not taking his job." Look at that. And she, like literally sitting at the desk, just doing the work. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? Getting ready for G7. Yeah, exactly. Getting ready for the G7. What else we got here? Oh, look at this picture, guys. There's a picture for you. Oh shit. But you guys missed those pictures, eh? Hold on.
To the Republic.
What does he say here?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I don't know what's more hard, watching something like that or watching these young punks go out and burn the flag. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Just crazy. All right, what do we got here? USA. Lori in the house. Okay, I just want to say quickly thank you to who we got here. Okay, fucking YouTube, man. Who was it? Baker, thank you very much for your super chat a while ago. I really appreciate it. I got also a PayPal notification here as well, so thank you. Let me just make a quick gander at who it was here. Sugar Free, thank you very much for yours as well. Absolutely awesome. So Sugar Free and Baker, thank you guys for the super chats tonight. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. I really do. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. I got a few other videos that were sent in to me. Let's see what we can do. Canada's Wonderland is reopening in July, and here's what you need to know. The Delta variant is killing everybody. This is not looking good. Opening of Canadian borders. Okay, are they going to open this border, or are they not going to open this border? I can't make heads or tails.
Day, Canada making its first step in relaxing border restrictions.
But if you think that means you can make a run for the border anytime soon, you're going to want to think again. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Hannah Bueller explains.
It's what's being considered the first step to opening the U.S.-Canada border.
We'll take a phased approach towards adjusting current border measures.
But if you think it means you can once again cross the border freely, even if you're fully vaccinated, think again. The only thing that changed Wednesday is that come sometime in July, fully vaccinated Canadian citizens or eligible foreign nationals can now re-enter Canada without having to quarantine for 14 days in a government-authorized hotel. Instead, they'll just have to quarantine until they get a negative COVID-19 test result upon arriving in Canada. But the land border is still closed to all non-essential travel. The CBSA says U.S. citizens without a right of entry to Canada or who do not meet an exemption attempting to visit Canada for an optional reason will be turned away at the border even if they are vaccinated.
This is unacceptable. It's a terrible disservice to the American people. It's a terrible disservice to the Canadian people as well.
Congressman Brian Higgins, who has been pushing for the border reopening, says this announcement provided
Morris
zero
Saltikoff
information
has just
at
donated
all.
$5 through Super Chat. Do the leader dance.
Announcement. If you're going to make an announcement, you got to say something.
Families who have been separated for 15 months, like Sandy Pierce.
I said I think I peed a little bit.
Say this announcement doesn't go far enough.
Families need to be able to see each other. That's the most important thing in anybody's life. Families are essential.
The issue is in Canada, a lot of us don't have both doses.
Dr. David Edward Uy-Poon is the founder of Faces of Advocacy, a Canadian organization dedicated to the safe reunification of binational families under COVID-19 restrictions.
No, I don't want
He
to.
talks about today's vague announcement.
But for those who are desperately trying to reunite with a loved one, for those trying to come in and support local Canadian businesses, for those of you who have been waiting to come back into a country that you love, we have no answers for you.
President Joe Biden and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau are expected to meet at the G7 summit this weekend and speak about this issue. In Buffalo, Hannah Bueller, 7 Eyewitness News.
What? Everyone should get the vaccine. That's what Len said. Everybody should get the vaccine. Your damn borders, it's a global and the war lines can't be seen. Only believed they are the people of the America is the land they are. Listen, they've been talking about destabilizing. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Who sent me that video? Give me a second. Give me a freaking second. There's a video I want you guys to see. Oh, I don't know if I can play it, but I'm going to fucking play it anyways. You know why? Because I can. You're hanging out with me tonight and you guys are giving me thumbs up and all this other beautiful stuff. So thank you guys very much for doing it every single friggin' night. Being here. Oh, an incoming message from the big giant head. Where was it? Let me see. Oh, check this out. Hold on. Oh, can I do that? No, I can't do that. Hold on. You guys got to see this. This was some fucking good shit right here. Hold on. You ready?
The NIH a pretty long time, and it seems to me that during your tenure, our ability to control infectious diseases hasn't improved, but in fact worsened. And even basic health tips such as you can't use antibiotics to treat viral infections has not been adequately communicated to the public. Don't you think it's time that you step down and let someone else who has a more effective message?
Actually, no.
Actually, no. I don't think anybody should step down. They've been talking and calling for him to step down for how long? How fucking crazy is that? Look how young he was there. Look how young he was. Absolutely crazy. Oh yes, where was it? Was it this one here? Yeah, I want
from for this lottery program. Is this coming?
This was for the lottery program. Literally, because in Manitoba, they're literally saying, "Hey, we're gonna have a lottery now. It's gonna be $4 million. You get the jab, you get entered into it." And this reporter turns around and says, "Hey, who's gonna be paying for this lottery? Taxpayers? What?" And watch his reaction. I played this the other night, but it's so important. I'm gonna play it again. Watch his reaction when he talks about all the money that they're spending to give away to people to get the vaccine. Watch who's paying for this shit. You paying attention?
Directly from the province, or is this from other Manitoba lottery funds that are already in the system? Where are the funds for these $2 million coming from?
Your 2-year-old. We're borrowing money to try to get out of this pandemic. We just announced the largest deficit in Manitoba history here a few weeks ago. So let's be honest. We've got to get out of this pandemic.
Okay, you're gonna have a, let me get straight. You're gonna turn around and have a raffle to get people to take a vaccine that is, by a lot of people's standards, a little, and who's gonna pay for that $4 million? Oh, that's right. My 4-year-old or my 2-year-old. Your 2-year-old. Yeah, okay, that seems about right. As long as I don't have to pay for it, it's the little guys. What do I care, right? Same guy that says he wrote the 11th commandment. These people are disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. CDC.
As vaccinations increase in the under 18 population, a potentially new and rare adverse reaction. Medical teams are noticing some young men ending up with inflammation around the heart, causing chest pain and shortness of breath. Myocarditis is noted by the Canadian Pediatric Society as a possible side effect of mRNA vaccines. Canada's top doctor, Teresa Tam, last week said a few cases have been reported.
We currently do not see any higher rates than would be expected in the general population, but it is something that we need to continuously monitor.
An overview of 7 cases in healthy American males aged 14 to 19 appeared in the journal Pediatrics. The authors want increased awareness and monitoring. It says all cases in this report occurred after the second vaccine dose. Fortunately, none of our patients was critically ill, and each was discharged home. The American Centers for Disease Control first noted reactions in late May and launched an investigation.
Very rare. We've vaccinated millions of people, millions of kids, and this is only a small signal, a handful of cases that have occurred in the United States.
In Israel, 275 cases of myocarditis have been reported out of roughly 5 million vaccinations. Israeli officials say there is a probable link to the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. Pfizer says a link has not been proven. When 12-year-old Hayden Erdell went for his shot recently, it was his grandmother, a retired nurse, holding the needle.
I trusted someone to get it, and it makes me safer and the people around me safer.
Canadian officials say they are watching for reports of this rare adverse reaction. Crystal Gamansing, Global News, London.
Listen, people, it's just a rare occasion. 200 here, 200 there. It's rare. It's rare, guys. Don't even worry about it. It's absolutely rare. Okay? Nothing to worry about. I don't think anyways. What do you guys think?
Vaccinations increase.
No. Absolutely crazy. Crazy. Crazy for feeling so lonely. Getting more rare every day. Coin. So all these males get heart attacks. Yeah, all the males get heart attacks. It's not a big deal. It's rare. It doesn't really happen anyway, so it's so rare. It's whatever. Right? It's whatever. Listen to this. You guys want to see a bold-faced lie? Check this out. You ready? Oh.
A lot of the migrants coming in saying they're coming in because you promised to make things better. It seems to be getting worse by the day. Was it a mistake not to anticipate this surge?
Well, first of all, there was a surge the last 2 years, in 19 and 20, there was a surge as well.
This one might be worse.
No, well, it could be, but here's the deal. We're sending back people to, first of all, the idea that Joe Biden said come, because I heard the other day that they're coming because they know I'm a nice guy and I won't do what Trump did.
They're saying this.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. They're not.
Do you have to say quite clearly, don't come?
Yes, I can say quite clearly, don't come. And what we're in the process of getting set up, don't leave your town or city or community.
That's not what he was saying. These guys are fucking dog-faced, pony, lying, whatever the fuck he says. I don't even know. A bunch of liars, man. They don't even remember what the fuck they say. Man, it's just so disgusting. So disgusting. Judge, where was the other one? There's this happening. Oh! Where was it? No, that's not the video. That's not the video I wanted to show you guys. Give me one second. Okay, here, check this out. This is really funny. You guys need to listen to this.
Now,
Now, as we have covered on this program night after night, far-left ideologies, they are infiltrating our educational system from grade school right through college. It's getting that bad, so bad, that even those who have fled from totalitarian regimes seeking freedom in America in search of freedom of thought, they're taking notice. An actual defector from North Korea who attended the Ivy League institution known as Columbia University is speaking out, telling FoxNews.com that climate inside Columbia reminds her of North Korea, citing themes like anti-Western sentiment, collective guilt, suffocating political correctness. For example, during orientation,
I just stopped everything right there. Marie, thank you so friggin' much for that. I was cursing. That's why I knew I was cursing. I was literally cursing because Maria just dropped a monster donation through PayPal. Marie, I don't know if you're still here, but holy smokes! I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut the show short, guys. I'm gonna have to get naked for her or something. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna have to do, but it's gonna have to be something. You don't throw that kind of money at somebody and not expect something back. So I don't know. I guess we could get a private room in Discord or something. I'm not sure, but thank you so friggin' much for that. Like, absolutely crazy. I'm not even, I didn't even shower yet. I'm gonna have to shower. Marie, you're gonna have to give me some time afterwards. I feel, fuck, I gotta freshen up. This is, I don't even know what to do. Thank you very much. I don't know if she's still here. I haven't seen her yet, but thank you so much. Absolutely awesome. Each and every friggin' one of you guys, absolutely amazing. 7, I don't even have to tell you how much I fucking appreciate you and your family. All of you, every single one of you guys, absolute long play, George, everybody in here, absolutely friggin' amazing. You know, it doesn't matter how shitty my day is, I get on here and it's just an absolute friggin' blast to see each and every one of you guys. And it's not even about the money. The money helps. It pays the bills. It keeps that stress off. But all the other days of stress, COVID, this and that, you guys just talking, you guys venting and saying what I got to say about this shit, and you guys listen to it. Fuck, man, I got the best job there is in the world. I get to talk about how shitty everything is and get paid for it. You guys are amazing. Fucking absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Steve, I absolutely love you too, brother. Fucking Steve is another one that does all kinds of shit behind the scenes. Absolutely amazing. Fucking awesome. My virgin ears, I'm no longer a virgin. Oh, man. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the vid. Well, I try. You know, they're shitty, but I try. I just do what I can. Oh, I can't do that right now. It's too cold in here. Too sensitive. Anyway, thank you guys very much for all the thumbs up. 126 thumbs up. 105 people in the chat right now. Crazy, crazy people in here. I don't even know how many people I got over on Wayne Live. I got 20 people over on Wayne Live. I got another 20. I don't even know how many people. Yeah, over on Twitch. Crazy, crazy. That's awesome. USA stands with Canada. Fuck, man. More than you guys know. More than you guys know.
She said she was scolded for saying that she enjoyed the works of acclaimed author Jane Austen and was told the books are racist, along with being subjected to what she saw as nonstop anti-American propaganda. Here to tell her story is North Korea defector Yomi Park, along with Fox News contributor Mike Huckabee. Yomi, I read this story. You're saying, so you grew up, and how many years? You were in North Korea, what, 20 years? and you think the indoctrination in the United States at our Ivy League institution, Columbia, is as bad or worse as the propaganda, anti-American hate that you heard in North Korea?
So when I was in North Korea, first thing that I learned was that Americans were bastards. It was actually the one word. At school, when I was attending, they told me, actually it was just math problem saying there are 4 American bastards, you killed 2 of them. Then how many American bastards left to kill?
Hold on, let's do the math.
And as a child in North Korea, you have to say 2 American bastards. And when I came to America, I fell in love with this country. This was such a wonderful country. I never been accepted more than this country was. And at Columbia University, literally every professor was saying that, the problems that we have.
Morris Saltikov has just donated $5 through Super Chat. One more dance.
Morris, the king of Russia. Fucking A, brother. Thank you so much, man. You guys absolutely are amazing. Okay, I'm gonna play the. Actually, hold on a minute. What is this? This is breaking news. See, hold on. Reading about heart. Okay, hold on. I need to play this. Okay, give me a second here. What is this shit? This is breaking news. The CDC holds emergency meeting about heart inflammation after COVID vaccines. 226 cases among people younger than 30 may fit the agenda working. Okay, hold on. What is this? The Vaccine Adverse Committee of the Center of Disease Control Prevention will convene an emergency meeting this week about heart-related side effects possibly linked to COVID-19. What the fuck? CDC! There's no way. We never even seen this kind of shit coming. There's no way. Did any of you guys even see that shit? If we would have only known. I'm going to rush and go get my vaccine right now. And here it is. The Federal Reserve has not yet recommended halting the COVID-19 vaccines, including for younger people, over the concerns. Although the CDC prevention recommends a pause in the use of Johnson & Johnson corona vaccines over blood clot issues in April. So listen, they're saying they're pause on the Johnson & Johnson, and now they're talking about the other ones. Man. If they're like, never mind. Nobody's gonna listen. I'll just get censored. You guys all know what's up. That's some fucked up shit. Millions and millions of people now. What's the week after gonna say? What's the week after gonna say? Oh, we didn't know, but your testicles fall off. Yeah, and the LGBTQ community be like, yeah. That's me being an asshole if you guys don't know me. Thank you guys very much for being here. I appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. You guys rock, man.
Have on today's world is because of white men. How they colonize Africa, Asia, right? That's how they mess up everything. And they are the one who needs to be blamed. And I couldn't believe that, am I sitting in North Korea's classroom or in America, actually? I couldn't believe why people are hating their own people that much.
What is your overall thought then when you look at America today and you compare it with your life experience, which has been horrific, sold into sex slavery at one point in your life? You get to America, you're expecting this to be the land of the free, the home of the brave, and the land of freedom, and you get the exact same propaganda here.
It's just heartbreaking. I literally saw it as a...
You know what really sucks is having a heart attack and not having the vaccine. You know, that sucks. Because now what happens? Now, does that mean that I don't have to get the vaccine because I just had a heart attack? That I don't have to get the vaccine now due to the fact that it does cause problems or it may cause problems to the heart? Is that my ticket out? Is it? Oh, fuck yeah. I just had a heart attack. I can't get the vaccine. I'm not built for that shit. Easy out. Yeah. I can't get the vaccine. It's unsafe for me. I don't want to die. I got to torture you guys every night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Monday to Saturday. That's right, here. Hit that subscribe button. Join us every single night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me. If you don't join me, probably because you don't like me, but hit that subscribe button anyways. North Korean woman fit my... Oh, Steve, that's just mean. Guys, join me every single night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go live on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, you name it. I'm live on it. Join me every single night. Look me up. Watch with Wayne. Hit that subscribe button. You guys are absolutely amazing. It just clicked in my head. I just had a heart attack. I can't be doing this shit. It's not funny. CDC needs to. Oh, it's not funny. No, it's not funny that people have been yelling and screaming, including medical doctors have been yelling and screaming, and nobody listens. Is it funny? No, it's not. Is it ridiculous that nobody listened? Yeah, it is. How many fucking people got to sit there and say something before they listen? Still doesn't make it right, but got to do your own due diligence. You're responsible for your own life and your own path. Oh, excuse me.
Sexual slave, and I literally crossed the Gobi Desert to be free. And now I thought I landed in a country where I can say what I believed and have my, freedom to think. However, now I end up in a country I have to constantly censoring my speech because now in the name of a safe place, Colombia was told us what we cannot talk about.
Yeah.
And I am so concerned, like, if America is not free, I think there's no place else is left that is free. And I think that's why it's really alarming to me.
Listening, Governor, to Ms. Park, sometimes when you're in the middle of what I call incrementalism, step by step, we now know what cancel culture is, woke America is. We now know what what's politically incorrect. And then to hear this, it doesn't really shock me, but hearing it still shocks me, if that makes any sense.
Well, it makes a whole lot of sense. I'll tell you what would make a lot of sense. Why don't you and I get her a tour bus, and we'll pay for it, Sean, you and me, and we will send her to every college campus in America and let this remarkable young woman speak and tell her story and let people know that what they're giving up in this country, they're giving away something that they can never get back. And I'm so proud of her. You have no idea how grateful I am for the courage and the clarity of Yeonmi's story. And I just want to tell her there are a lot of us who love America, who still believe in freedom, and we believe in you. And we're grateful that you're here, and your message is one that I hope every single American will hear. I know some of them won't. Those people that you were taught to believe were the American bastards, well, they probably won't care. But all of us are not like that.
Those American bastards. Hit that subscribe button. Join us. Becoming a North American bastard.
We really aren't.
You should read some of Mike's books about Southern sayings. Remember Alexander Solzhenitsyn? I remember the speech. I believe, if my memory serves me right, he gave it at Harvard. And here's a guy from former Soviet Union saying, "You're getting bad here too, and here's what you're doing wrong." Would you consider this bus trip that Governor Huckabee's talking about? Would you consider talking to college campuses? Although I've got to warn you, you probably would be protested and they try to cancel you and shut you down, because that happens as a conservative. I can tell you every conservative I know lives through that experience. Would you consider that, though?
So, yeah, my used to be enemy was Kim Jong-un. I mean, I have been on the killing list of Kim Jong-un for many years because I spoke out in the West about the suffering of North Korean people. My 3 generations of family got punished. But now, it's ironically enough, so many.
I just want to cut it short there for 2 seconds. Do you not find it ironic that North Korea could torture beautiful people like her and kids, and they can do crimes against humanity non-stop, left, right, center, like day in and day out, even take, you know, Americans and Canadians and throw them in a labor camp and treat them like shit and everything else, and nobody goes over there and says, hey, enough with your fucking shit, knock it off. But yet Donald Trump walked across the demilitarized zone, no problems, no security, nothing, had a talk with the man and said, hey, and everything was falling into place. But then you guys got fucking a pussy in power, just like we did. And I'm not talking about a pussy to demoralize fucking women. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, so before people they'll be like, he's talking about women. I'm not talking or demoralizing women, because I tell you right now, the way the North American army is, we could literally, or the people, we could send the women over and we'd win every fucking war in the fucking world. Okay, our women in North America are the ones that are like, they're kick ass. Okay, so just putting that out there. So when I say pussy and this and that, I'm not talking about women in general, okay? Because I literally got a fucking email about being a sexist piece of shit. It's not what I meant. So with that being said, literally, the women could go and make they clean this fucking shit out in no time. Why is it that nobody is doing anything to help these people over there? It's crazy. Oh wait, that's right. Probably all part of the fucking sex ring and shit like that, right? That's probably why.
Marxists and communists, Maoists, Leninists, and sending me death threats. And this is such a irony that I don't even know how to respond. That this is a war that against socialism and communism. The fact that I come from North Korea and saying, you know, North Korea started as a communist country. It began as, you know, let's make it the most equal society in the world. Now the regime made 50 different classes based on your status, based on what your great-great-grandfather did.
Oh shit, does that not sound familiar? You get a certain status based on what your great-great-great-grandfather did. Oh fuck. Hey, all you white people, the little crackers out there. Listen to what she's saying, because this is your future if we don't fucking do something. Listen to what she just said.
Status based on what your great-great-grandfather did. And when I went to Colombia, that's when I shocked. They say, because your ancestors owned the slaves, that you must be guilty. You are privileged because you're...
Oh, because your ancestor owned slaves in North Korea, then you must be guilty. That's what she just said. Oh, that's pretty cool.
White. And this is injustice because you can never choose your ancestors. You don't choose your race. And people in North Korea being punished for, you know, certain class. And in this America, the same thing happening right now.
Your testimony is powerful. You know, the Bible says the testimony of two men are true. Thank you for your courage, Yomi. Thank you. Mike Huckabee, thank you.
Think about that. What she just said. This is a woman that lived in North Korea for 20 years and literally is saying that America is doing exactly what her home country is doing. If that don't resonate with you, nothing will. With Wayne link permission, of course. Dishonored crowd. What was going on? What was going on there? Dishonored crowd. Dishonored. Would you like me to post a link to my so we can do a session? Yeah, sure. You can post a link to whatever you want. I have no problem with that. You probably won't be able to post it in the chat, but if you want to, you could post it or send it to watchwithwayne@hotmail.com or post it on Twitch. Yeah, you can post anything. I don't mind people posting stuff in the chat. Not at all. Don S says scary shit times right now. You fucking right it is. It's 100% it is. You know, just because it's not walking on the street holding a fucking a gun doesn't mean communist state is not at our door. It's at our door. They're using our own people against us. It's scary. Absolutely scary. Oh man. What did I just see here? Hold on. What is this? What is this? Oh, feet pictures from 7. No, thank you. Instagram, Joe Biden hit his own worst enemy. Oh, here we go. You guys want to watch this? It's funny as fuck. Here, we'll watch this.
But first, Joe's European giveaway. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Now, after Kamala's disastrous trip to Central America, you can see why the media, they're desperate to switch topics. So her avoidance of the border reflects so badly on the administration that the only way they could turn the page was to feature Biden appearing strong, right, in command and eager to re-engage with Europe. There was one little problem, though. Joe Biden.
In Libya, we should be opening up the passes to be able to go through and provide food assistance and vital assistance to a population that's in real trouble. For example, the rebuilding of Syria, of Libya.
Wait. How does Mr. Foreign Policy mix up Syria with Libya? Wait a second. I gotta say, guys, this is unfair. It's confusing because both countries do end with the "ia" sound at the end. So it is very confusing. The entire G7 and its aftermath reminded me of how hard it is to take like elderly relatives, and many of you have done this before. You want to take them out of their retirement home for the day and show them some, fun times and some activities. And then they end up just spending much of the time pretending to understand what's going on around them, right? And then the rest of the time, they just seem bewildered to the point where their minders, sometimes us, have to politely try to cover for them.
Vladimir Putin laughed at the suggestion that you could call him a killer. Is that still your belief, sir, that he is a killer?
I'm laughing too. They actually, well, look, he has made clear that
he had a pause just like Justin Trudeau did. When Justin Trudeau was looking at the camera, was like, it's like they're waiting for the radio to kick on in their head. Do you guys remember when Justin Trudeau was like, same shit. Look.
The answer is, I believe he has in the past essentially acknowledged that he was, there are certain things that he would do or did do.
The short answer is yes. President Biden very clearly still believes President Putin is a killer, but you could see the strategic calculation as he was deciding where he was going to go with that answer and then how he ended it, making clear that this is the reality.
That was the minder translating Joe for you. Now, the entire event seemed like an ongoing exercise in elder abuse, complete with scam artists. Like this time, the Europeans who spend their time patronizing the patient, all the while working to drain his bank account. Except in this case of elder abuse, it's America's bank account and our independence that's at risk.
It's great to have the U.S. president part of the club and very willing to cooperate.
Wir können mit neuem Elan an der Lösung dieser Probleme arbeiten. Und ich finde sehr gut, dass
with Joe Biden, you sort of feel that he wants to. He's a great believer in the transatlantic alliance.
Of course, they're happy, and then the press was gushing.
In one way, Anna, he had them at hello, right? He was just there saying, I want to be a part of the G7. I want to be a part of the world community.
Yeah, I think they're relieved that the United States is in some ways the United States they remember, that you've got a more traditional American president.
Predictable, traditional, maybe a little boring, but I think we know which way the world prefers it.
Of course, that's the way the world prefers it. Nations like France and Germany prefer Biden because with him, they have outsized leverage. They'll get most of what they want, and then they'll give up nothing. Meanwhile, America gets stiffed, and our taxpayers, well, of course, we pick up the bill. Now, both.
And it's so true. It's so true. Look what he did with fucking Canada. He's a fucking disgrace. He is shaming your country just like Trudeau did to us. It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting that this shit is going on right now. What is going on with the A's? I have no idea. Arizona audit. He's like the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. The oil change is in the diaper. 80 million votes, people. Best believe it.
The media and the Democrats, they want to keep this entire conversation, as you can hear it in the press coverage, just steeped in generalities. They don't want you to know what's actually in this 25-page G7 communique that Biden ended up agreeing to. Now, why don't they want you to know what's in it if it's such a great accomplishment? Because it's a sovereignty-killing, prosperity-destroying series of policy pronouncements that would never get past our own Congress. Here are some of the lowlights. Vaccine passports, oh yay. If you're worried about being forced to show your papers for travel, well, you should be. Things sound ominous on the vaccine passport issue, with the G7 recognizing the need for a set of common standards for travel, including interoperability and mutual recognition of digital applications, testing requirements, and recognition of vaccination status. Well, how would any of this be possible without an actual digital vaccination certificate? Next item. Well, goodbye cars. Here's the relevant language here. We commit to accelerate the transition away from new sales of diesel and petrol cars to promote the uptake of zero-emission vehicles. Well, we kind of like Elon Musk. I've said that before, and I'm glad he's happy, but this isn't anything that Joe Biden has the authority or voter mandate to commit to. The big anti-fossil fuels umbrella provision is ripped right from that International Energy Agency report that we warned you about some weeks ago. Biden reaffirmed his commitment to the goal of net zero carbon emissions across all sectors of our economies and societies. My friends, this will destroy hundreds of thousands of the good-paying American jobs that are left here, drive up energy costs for every living American, devastate our national security as we'll lose our energy independence. Of course, the cost of everything's going up, fuel costs going up. Now, as part of this, Biden wants not only your car, your gas-powered car, but also he'd kind of like your fridge and your favorite lamp as well. The document references this nifty acronym called SEAD, S-E-A-D, which refers to Super Efficient Equipment and Appliance Deployment Initiative, requiring new systems by 2030.
So how is all this shit gonna happen? Canada, United States is literally going into zero emissions. Now having zero emission from cars and transportation and everything else. How are they going to have millions of people convert from fossil fuel to electric when everybody's pretty much lost all their jobs? Everybody's just barely hanging on. But now we're going to have to worry about buying an electric car? Or are they going to just give it out as part of the whole, you'll own nothing but be happy? Is that going to be part of the deal? Fall in line, you get a free electric car. Is that how they're going to do it now? Because something doesn't fucking add up to me. How are they going to go zero emission? I still got fucking how many years left to pay on my car? What are they going to do with stuff like that? I got to pay for a car that I can't use? One world economy. There you go. They're going to reimburse me for my car and give me an electric car? Probably trade in your car for electric. There's no way. What is that? My gas car ran with the electric was off in Texas. Yeah, exactly. Your gas car ran when the electricity was off in Texas. Exactly. There's my point. That will be free electric cars paid by the tax dollars. No, you mean paid by our 2-year-olds, right? I figured it out. Gates is buying up all the lands and farms. They'll grow food that's needed. No fridge or freezer. They can't have arms. There you go. And being able to shut off the power is an easy way to cripple the system. Easy way to cripple the system. Oh, holy smokes, guys. Man, tonight has been an absolutely friggin' awesome night, guys. I can't thank you guys enough for everything that's been going on tonight. You guys have been absolutely friggin' amazing. Let me see. Just let me catch up with the plant. Okay, saw the plant-based eggs. See, yeah, he's just. I don't even know what fucking Bill Gates is doing. He's a psychopath with a shit amount of money. We got 5 more likes. If we get 5 more thumbs up, guys, we get 5 more. We get to 240. That'd be absolutely amazing before I shut down the stream. If we could get to 140. If we can get to 240, that would be freaking amazing if we can do that before I shut down the stream. I'm going to start shutting down my screens here one at a time. Of course, we got the 24-hour feed, Wayne Live, and check it out. People in there. We also have the Discord as well. If you guys want to jump into the Discord, the link is in the chat. I think, here, I'll put it in the chat again for you guys. If you guys want to jump in the Discord and continue talking, we've got a whole Discord service all set up with all the bells and whistles and all the funs. And we hit 240. You guys fucking rock. Tomorrow night, guys, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you guys here. You guys absolutely rock. And of course, guys, keep your head up, but keep it out of sight. But at the same time, guys, if you can't be good at it. I love yous. I really do. Thank yous all for all the support tonight. Absolutely fucking amazing. Love yous.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Up to my chin. Won't